the people in Hammer, they don't have a lot of patience with Coach Tapp.
No.
But that's a big win for Hammer Blue Devils.
Big bounce back win.
Whew. 51-18 Oliver Springs over Sunbright. That's a big win for Oliver Springs. That's win number 2. That's 2 back-to-back. Man, I don't know how many points they put in the last couple games, Brad, but that's quite
90-something.
93 points. That's pretty good. That's Oliver Springs team that me and Ron Berry both thought would be much improved this year, and maybe they're just starting to roll in the last half of the season here.
Is a team like Oliver Springs, are they out?
I don't know if they're out or not.
You never know.
They might be able to play themselves in, but I think they got to win out though. I think they'll have to beat Greenback next week, and they'll have to beat Coalfield in a couple of weeks.
They got the hammer going to get dropped.
So I don't think they can. The Midway loss may have helped them.
It probably did because if we get an Oliver Springs coach on the Friday night scoreboard tonight, we may have to. We'll see if they give us a playoff scenario. Lenore City goes final against Stone. They beat Stone 26-7.
A team in the Lenore City, a team that's greatly improved this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Clint must have thought they had a player hurt. Oh, he did. He's coming off on his own pair, though. We had everybody and the brother out there.
Coach came and saying, "How much do I need to give you to put your flags up?"
Left-handed quarterback, buddy. You don't see many of them.
He's come in and went right to work. Number 10, Michael Hobby.
He has. Big run, picked up a first down, picked up about 6 right there, maybe 5 or 6.
Got an Oliver Springs alumni at home watching the game. Text in says Oliver Springs is not mathematically out of the playoffs.
That's good. That's basically what we said.
So if
we
I'm
thought
saying,
they can play themselves in.
That's Justin Gambrell out there listening to the BBB Friday night game of the week.
Appreciate Justin listening.
At Coach Gambrell via the Twitter. Do you tweet?
No.
Dave, we got to get you a Twitter.
No. Dave don't need no Twitter.
Not.
My wife Facebooks. I get on her Facebook page and fly under the radar.
You know, Coach Webb's got a Twitter, and he didn't know it until about 2 weeks later. He said, "Clem, you got me on that Twitter." I said, "Coach, don't worry about it." Hobby takes the snap, another direct snap. We had some movement.
I think it's offsides on Fulton. That's what I think.
Back that up 5. It's going to be 1st and 15. As that backs the ball up to the 46-yard line. Oliver Springs currently 3rd place in the district.
So you just win the games you're supposed to win. Take care of business.
Fulton with 3 receivers spread out to the wide side of the field. Hobby looks to sends a man in motion, receives the snap, just dumps it right off to him, and he's off to the races. Gain of about 9. That's going to bring it up to about 2nd and 6. With under 2 minutes left in the game.
That's a neat little play right there.
Oh, yeah. Be good to hear. You don't want to. On one hand, as a Clinton fan, you hate to see Fulton score again, but on the other hand, you'd be good to see some of these younger guys.
Well, it'd be good for Clinton to hold them out here. It'd be good for Clinton. It might not be good for Fulton, but it'd be good for Clinton.
They send the Hobby sends the man in motion, keeps it this time, picks up a Hammers 1st and 10.
He's done a really. I know he's only been in on this series, but he's done a really good job. I don't know what grade's he in. You know what he is.
Mm-mm. But a lot of times when you see these 2nd string, 3rd string guys come in, it's simple stuff. It's dive, get the game over with. Here, he's stepped in done
like everything.
Changed. Brings up another Hammers 1st and 10 with under a minute remaining in the game.
If I'm not mistaken, he has a win under his belt for the Falcons this year against Carnes because the quarterback and the game got in. They got in a little scuffle at AE, and he got ejected. So he does have a win under his belt for the Falcons. I think if I'm not mistaken.
And if you're a Fulton Falcon fan, it's good to see somebody being able to step up and do that.
Yes.
Fulton again with 3 wide to the wide side of the field. Hobby takes the snap, hands off number 39.
That might do it right there, bud. Hadn't wound it yet. That might do it. Wound the clock now, just under 10 seconds. 8, counting it down.
And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. As the teams walk to their respective sidelines, walk out to the 50-yard line to shake hands as the game goes final. Final score, 40-7. Fulton wins big over Clinton. This has been the Friday night game of the week at Clinton City Field. Again, your final score, Fulton 40, Clinton Dragons 7.
Join us next week. We're in Harriman and Greenback next Friday. Pre-game at 7 o'clock.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Attention, all hunters, outdoorsmen, and preppers.
It's military surplus time at Hammers. You'll find over 20 different worldwide Army surplus items like ghillie suits, U.S. and Swiss sleeping bags, German safety vests, combat shirts, and more, priced from 99 cents to $69.95. Plus, there's our most popular item, 12x12 camo nets. Hurry, quantities are limited.
At ease. Now hurry to Hammers.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area, all types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Ladies, it's football time at Hammer Stores and time to show the colors of your favorite college team. Hurry to Hammers and get ready for the big weekend game.
prescription need, try your local hometown independent pharmacy. We were here for you before the chains, and we're here for you now. In Kingston, Kinzer Drugs. In Harriman, Chase Drugs. And in Rockwood, support Live and Let Live Drugstore. Be sure to spend your dollars locally. And please support our young people of today because they will be our leaders tomorrow.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well,
and if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
you don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Ladies, it's football time at Hammer Stores and time to show the colors of your favorite college team. Hurry to Hammers and get ready for the big weekend games, the tailgate parties, or game day Fridays at work. Choose from top labels sold in better specialty stores and upscale department stores. Put together a dressy two-piece outfit or go casual with a beautiful top and jeans. Shop Hammers and get set for kickoff now.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is the cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
The Harriman Utility Board provides electric, gas, water, and sewer services for the city of Harriman, as well as most of Roane and Morgan counties. Recent
leaders tomorrow.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well,
and if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
you don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah. SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Ladies, it's football time at Hammer Stores and time to show the colors of your favorite college team. Hurry to Hammers and get ready for the big weekend games, the tailgate parties, or game day Fridays at work. Choose from top labels sold in better specialty stores and upscale department stores. Put together a dressy two-piece outfit or go casual with a beautiful top and jeans. Shop Hammers and get set for kickoff now.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is a cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
The Harriman Utility Board provides electric, gas, water, and sewer services for the city of Harriman, as well as most of Roane and Morgan counties. Recent major projects include an upgrade of our 161 kilovolt electric substation. Another ongoing project is the rehabilitation of an antiquated sewer system, including an upgrade of our wastewater treatment plant. These projects will improve the quality and reliability of these services and meet state and federal requirements. For more information, visit our website at hub-tn.com or call us at 865-882-3242.
Good evening and welcome into the Mulch & More Friday Night Scoreboard Show. I'm Aaron Harvey, soon to be joined by Chase Clem. We've got some final scores to get to tonight, but we want to tell you Mulch & More, located across from the Roane County Mulch, best topsoil in the area, all types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, loose or in bags. River rock, fieldstone, backhoe, and dump truck service available as well. $10 a scoop on brown mulch. That is a special going on right now at Mulch & More, again in Midtown, 3901 Roane State Highway. So make sure you check that out. Like I said, I am Aaron Harvey. This is the Mulch & More Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Some final scores to get to tonight.
Gatlinburg-Pittman. That final score was 51-7. Cloudland, a winner at Hampton. That final 22-20. Johnson County, a winner over Happy Valley, 14-7. Cumberland Gap gets the win over Jellicoe, 35-6. Campbell County wins at Carnes tonight, 55-20. Kingston gets the region win over Scott High, 33-7. Catholic was winner over West Green, 58-7. Harriman with a surprising win tonight over Midway in Region 2 Single A action, 41-6. I don't know if anyone saw that score coming tonight. Sweetwater a winner over Polk County, 28-14. Knox West gets the win over Powell, 28-6. Gibbs a winner at Seymour, 42-13. And Oliver Springs, another upset tonight, defeats Sunbright in huge fashion, 51-18. And York Institute a winner over Wartburg tonight, 54-14. Of course, we invite your calls, 483-8112, 865-483-8112. If you've got a final score that we don't have just yet, give us a call and let us know. Some Thursday night scores to announce as well, as it was Bradley Central getting the win over Soddy Daisy, 38-28. Ottawa was a winner over McMinn County, 40-7. And that big Region 2 Single A game that we've been talking about for a while, Greenback comes from behind in the fourth quarter, scoring twice, knocking out undefeated Coalfield 34-33 in a classic. And that one will mean that if both teams go undefeated the rest of the way in the region, that would mean that Greenback would have that home game over Coalfield in the third round of the region, the TSSAA playoffs. So again, this is the Mulch and More Friday Night Scoreboard Show. I'm Aaron Harvey. Chase Clem to join us shortly. And we do have a phone call coming in. Caller, you're on the Mulch and More Friday Night Scoreboard Show.
Hey, Farragut went down 42-34.
So that is a final score now. I know that Dobbins-Bennett led that one the entire time. Were you at the game?
No, I was watching scores on Coach T.
Okay, so Dobbins-Bennett does hold on to win that one 42-34.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Sure it is. Bye.
Bye. So Farragut is no longer undefeated. They are 7-1. They were looking to go 8-0. I think I heard for the first time since 1972. So Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett ends that run. I believe Farragut was on an 18-game winning streak. So that streak is broken as Dobbins-Bennett leads the entire game and wins that game tonight by a final score of 42-34. So, again, we invite your calls. Give us a call, 483-8112. We want to hear where you were tonight as well. Let us know how your game went. We should hear from, I'd say we'll hear from Alex Myers a little bit later as well, talking about Oak Ridge and their quest this season to make the playoffs and try to make a playoff run. Caller, you're on the Mulch More Friday Night Scoreboard Show.
Yeah, Science Hill held on and beat Hardin Valley 41-35.
41-35.
Yep.
Science Hill got
Hardin
that
Valley
win.
had the ball at the 17-yard line as the game ended.
Wow. So that sounded like a great game as well.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Back to the phones now. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I needed to know if you had the final in the Midway Harriman game. It was 34-0 Harriman at halftime.
Yeah, Harriman ends up winning that game by a final score of 41-6. So how about that?
Yeah, we had to leave at halftime. Yeah, I had players on both sides. So Harriman looks pretty strong. What I'll take off there. What about, have you seen Oliver Springs play? They beat Harriman their first win Friday night, and I'll take it off the air.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, caller. Yeah, Oliver Springs defeats Sunbright tonight by a final score of 51-18. That's really interesting. That region is a little bit strange because Harriman got a few wins early in the season, and we thought, okay, So Coach Tapp's team, they're rebuilding, they're coming up, and then dropped off the face of the earth. Lose badly to Sunbright, lose a couple more games, and we think maybe Harriman's done for the year. Midway, on the other hand, looked very good to start the season. So these two teams look like they were on reverse tracks, going the opposite direction. And Harriman comes in tonight and takes care of business. It's a very important region win because there are only 4 spots in that region available. And from the looks of it, you know the first 2 spots are going to Coalfield and Greenback in Region 2 Single A. So who's going to get those final spots? I don't know. I don't know the way it's going to shape out because it's been so strange. Sunbright got the win over Harriman. As you said, Oliver Springs got the win over Harriman, and Midway won some games early. So tonight, Harriman defeats Midway, and Oliver Springs defeats Sunbright. So a lot of teams vying to get into those playoff spots. So it's not looking anywhere near how I thought it would look. Any more final scores out there, give us a call, 483-8112. As you can see, we've got some scores up on your screen. So Greenville stays undefeated. They get the win over Sullivan South, a big win over Sullivan South. So the Green Devils, they are still rolling. The Maryville-Cleveland score, that hadn't gone final, but I think Maryville was up by about 3 scores on that one. Let's see. Another game that I was interested in, and stay with Single A right now, South Pittsburgh played East Atlanta, and that's East Atlanta, Georgia. East Atlanta is a team for homeschooled kids in the metro Atlanta area, so they get kids from all over the place. So South Pittsburgh hosted East Atlanta. I've not been able to see a score on that one yet. If you see one, let me know. Another score, kind of a shocker tonight. Northview Academy defeats Pigeon Forge. That final 28-20. I know from what I saw, a lot of people expected Pigeon Forge to be able to win that game over Northview, but Northview just up the road from Pigeon Forge, both of those in Sevier County. Northview getting that win tonight, again, 28-20. Let's go back to the phones now. You're on the Mulch Moore Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Maybe not. Let's try again. You're on the Mulch Moore Friday Night Scoreboard Show.
Yeah, on that South Pittsburgh.
Yes.
It was 48-8 at halftime, South Pittsburgh.
Wow, so South Pittsburgh was up at the half. See, that's surprising to me. I thought South Pitt would win that game, but you don't really know what to expect when you're talking about a team from the metro Atlanta area.
Right. But they're sure whipping them at halftime. Lenore City beat Stone Memorial 26-7. And Lookout Valley beat Oakdale 21-12.
All right. I think that was the halftime score of that game, wasn't it?
It may have been.
I believe it was.
South Doyle, I don't know if you have that or not, but they won 44-6 over Halls. And Gibbs won 42-13 over Seymour.
I do have that Gibbs score, but I didn't have that South Doyle score.
You got the Central score and Carter?
I do not.
41-0 Central.
So big win for Knox Central.
Yeah, that's a little more than I expected on that one.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah, Central struggled a little bit this year, haven't they?
Oliver Springs, they've got 3 games left. They've got Oakdale, Coalfield, and Midway, so they've got 2 winnable games there.
Absolutely, especially with the way Harriman took care of business against Midway tonight. That does look like a very winnable game for Oliver Springs. So
yeah, I think they're playing a lot better right now.
It looks like it. So that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. Thanks for the phone call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're on the Mulch Moore Friday Night Scoreboard Show.
Kingston wins over Scott County 33-7.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So we had that score, but how about Kingston getting that big region win over Scott High, 33-7. So Kingston wins in a big way. Coach Pankey having a great year with his Yellow Jackets. As a matter of fact, let's check that out. Kingston is now 6-1 on the season. The only blemish coming against a very good Austin East team. So 2-1 in the region. All 3 region games remaining for Kingston, though. They've got Alcoa, at Alcoa, Pigeon Forge, and at Gatlinburg Pittman. So 3 really tough games remaining for Kingston, which will determine whether or not the Yellow Jackets can make the playoffs. But a very good season so far for Coach Pankey and those Yellow Jackets. If you've got a team you want to talk about, if you want to talk about a region race, if you want to talk about playoff outlook, give us a call, 483-8112. That's how you can be a part of our program tonight, the Mulchmore Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a break after we take this final phone call. You're on the Mulchmore Friday Night Scoreboard Show.
Yeah, what's that score with Oak Ridge? Or did they play tonight?
I think Oak Ridge was off tonight.
Oh, they was?
Yeah.
Well, they won't be on TV then next week because they'll show it if they don't win.
Yeah.
I mean, if they win, but if they don't win, they won't show it on television.
Right.
That's I think it's silly. Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, tell you what, now we're going to take a commercial break. This is the Friday Night Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Mulch & More.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field
smiled
stone,
into the
mountain
camera
mist
the whole
stone,
time.
railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a
Normally
house or
we're on
building
the
on your
reverse of
property,
this.
and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at
not that fun. I got 4 callers, though.
865-740-5229
That's
for
not bad.
Mulch & More in Midtown.
What was that lady saying?
Reno Sporting
Oak
Goods.
Ridge doesn't win, they're not going to put them on TV, which
On
I
the
think is
court, on
silly.
the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names.
Like,
you
I
want.
don't know what you're
All the
talking
way
about, lady.
Adidas, Under Armour, and more. Customers will order you to stream for any. It's all about the game. Reno Sporting Goods.
Should have.
Really? Again?
It's funny.
Hey, if I had automotive style
It's funny that you would
suspension like the
concern
new
yourself.
Simplicity, plus a
62
free-floating
to
mower deck for the
14.
best cut, I'd be all that too.
South Pitt beat East
If
Atlanta.
I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Ladies, it's football time at Hammer Stores and time to show the colors of your favorite college team. Hurry to Hammers and get ready for the
We
big
are
weekend
immature.
games, the tailgate parties, or game day Fridays at work. Choose from top labels sold in better specialty stores and upscale department stores. Put together a dressy 2-piece outfit or go casual with a beautiful top and jeans. Shop Hammers and get set for kickoff now.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is the cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
The Harriman Utility Board provides electric, gas, water, and sewer services for the city of Harriman, as well as most of Roane and Morgan counties. Recent major projects include an upgrade of our 161 kilovolt electric substation. Another ongoing project is the rehabilitation of an antiquated sewer system, including an upgrade of our wastewater treatment plant. These projects will improve the quality and reliability of these services and meet state and federal requirements. For more information, visit our website at hub-tn.com or call us at 865-882-3242.
Get yourself unchained from large pharmacies. Shop and support your local independent pharmacies in our hometowns. In Kingston, shop Kinzer Drugs. In Harriman, shop Chase Drugs. And in Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore. Keep our money local to help our community. Your independent pharmacies help support local high school sports, local civic groups, little leagues, marching bands, annual staffs, yearbooks, and other school clubs and activities. Remember, in Harriman, shop Chase Drugs. In Kingston, visit Kinzer Drugs. And in Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore. The next time you have prescription need, try your local hometown independent pharmacy. We were here for you before the chains, and we're here for you now. In Kingston, Kinzer Drugs. In Harriman, Chase Drugs. And in Rockwood, support Live and Let Live Drugstore. Be sure to spend your dollars locally. And please support our young people of today, because they will be our leaders tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Mulch and More Friday Night Scoreboard Show. As promised, the man with a plan, Chase Clem, has joined us, and this is the Mulch and More Friday Night Scoreboard Show, brought to you by, of course, Mulch.
And more.
And more. Give Gary a call, 865-740-5229. Special going on right now, $10 a scoop for brown mulch, but they've also got the best topsoil in the area. They've got that mountain mist stone that Chase loves so much. Again, Mulch More, located 3901 Roane State Highway, across from the Roane County Highway Department. Again, give Gary a call, 865-740-5229.
And if you ever drive by there, they've got it going on. They've got everything set up right across from the Roane State Highway Department, from the Roane County Highway Department.
Right.
They've got it going on. They've got all their mulch lined up, all their stones lined up. So it's a sight to see. So go check them out today and give them some business. Go down there and see Gary. Take care of you.
So Chase, you were on the Game of the Week for BBB TV Channel 12. Talk about what you saw out of Fulton.
Fulton is a team that likes to strike quick. At the beginning of the game, we saw Clinton come out. Clinton ran 6 minutes off the clock, and we thought, well, whatever comes out of this is good, because Fulton hadn't had the ball for 6 minutes.
Right.
Okay, so they punt it, they don't score, no points. Fulton strikes quick. That's what I learned about Fulton tonight. They strike quick. They've got a lot of athletes. They rolled in a quarterback towards the end of the game, and it was like they didn't skip a beat. He was right there. A lot of times late in games, when you try to get your second team into the ball game, you're running dive, eat clock. No, they brought this guy in who had already had a start earlier in the year when the quarterback had to miss a game, and they just kept rolling. And you saw from Clinton, a team that's trying to trying to establish a different culture, like in Sunbright, where they're used to not being as good as they have been in a while. So they were willing to establish the run tonight, and they did that the entire game. They were able to get that going. They stuck with the run the whole night. Towards the end of the game, I think it started to wear a little bit on Fulton. The scoreboard won't show it, but they did a good job. They had a lot of flags thrown in that game. I don't know if you got to watch any of it before the show, but flag after flag after flag, and had a player leave the field, had a player ejected from Fulton. So it was the first quarter went real quick, and then the next three seemed like they took forever.
So Coach McCamey of Clinton obviously doesn't have the top weapons for the classification that he had at Grace Christian, but can you see some good things out of Clinton, some improvements that they have made as the season has gone on?
Yes, let me get my mic going. Yes. Like I said, Clinton last year and in years past have been used to taking a step back when they come off the ball, run the spread it out wide.
Right.
And their linemen are used to taking the first step back. So this year, what Queener's been talking to me about them, he's talked to Coach McCamey, they're trying to get used to firing off the ball.
Right.
And that's taken some time to get used to firing off of the ball and that first step being forward instead of backwards. So
Right.
it's been an adjustment, but I didn't know this because, like we say all the time, you know, you stay in Morgan County and I stay in Roane County.
Right.
The Clinton football field is not at Clinton High School.
Right.
So I was driving around Clinton High School saying, all right,
yeah.
I see the complex looks incredible.
Right.
That they built. I think $1.3 million
Whew.
multi-purpose. You know,
Yeah.
that's not just for football. I think there's going to be a lot of teams be able to benefit from that.
Yeah.
And it's impressive. But I saw the football field and I was like, please don't tell me this game's at Fulton. I drove to Clinton.
Yeah.
But Clinton City Field, and which the city maintains, they had it in shape. They had it looking very good. So I was impressed.
Yeah. Game last night, we saw on a television channel a big game between Coalfield and Greenback. We knew that one was probably going to be the regular season region championship. And Coalfield jumps out to a lead, and you're thinking, wow, this Coalfield team is the real deal. But Greenback comes back and ends up winning that game 34-33. Were you able to watch any of that one?
I saw a little bit of it, and from what I gathered, 27-7.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably checked out,
right,
went to watching their shows or whatever else.
Yeah.
Greenback comes back. What really confused me was late in the game when Coalfield ran the onside kick.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they were trying to just put the game away and do what they would never expect to happen, was to be running an onside kick. And they ran it, and they didn't work, and they gave Greenback good field position. And Greenback had a bruiser of a running back, too.
Yeah.
And just ran it right down the field and scored. A couple missed PATs in the game that, you know, one play doesn't cost the team a game, but
Yeah.
you look back and, you know, a couple PATs here, a couple plays there, and Coalfield wins that game. But I think there's a lot of shock on the Coalfield side and a lot of jubilation on the Greenback side.
Yeah, especially because that game was at Coalfield, and so that was a big one. That big bruiser of a back, Breeden Gilbert, it's hard to believe he was Greenback's number 2 back for the 2 state championship runs.
Really?
Yeah, the last 2 seasons, because Kane Roberts was their number 1 guy, and so now Gilbert is the man. So
he was running over people like a man last night.
Yeah. So how about Greenback able to rebuild and come and win that huge regular season?
Yeah, but now when the playoffs come around, Coalfield will probably have to travel to Greenback.
That's right. Yep.
Which having home field advantage, especially that deep in the playoffs, is always good.
Yeah.
So
a lot of other stories around the area. Coach Tapp at Harriman getting a huge win tonight over Midway.
We were talking about that. That is a huge win for Coach Tapp and the Harriman Blue Devils. They've struggled as of late, and the last thing people probably thought was they go to Midway and just beat them handily.
Yeah.
I was getting score updates throughout the night, and you just think, I double take my phone. I thought, is that 34? Half or whatever.
Yeah.
Just blowing them out. Very impressive win for the Blue Devils. One that they really needed.
Yeah.
And Oliver Springs comes out and beats the Dogeyes Sunbright.
Yeah.
Sunbright was riding a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
That was 2 teams that were both riding an upward swing of momentum.
That's right.
Oliver Springs coming off their first win of the season. Still in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
After tonight. Sunbright winning 3 games in a row. Probably haven't done that in a really long time.
Yeah.
Those 2 meet, and it wound up. I'm not saying Sunbright's been on a streak of luck, but their luck ran out.
Yeah.
Or, you know, that team's been playing hard. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just one of those teams had to lose, and Oliver Springs came out ready to play.
Yeah. Defending state champion Farragut goes to Dobbins-Bennett tonight and falls for their first loss of the season. Now 7-1 for the Admirals. They lose to Dobbins-Bennett tonight, 42-34.
A big win for Dobbins-Bennett.
Yeah.
We'll have to get Johnathon Cox in here hopefully later on tonight to talk about that. And I was looking for him at the game tonight, and I never did see him. So hopefully he'll join us. He'll join us later. Rockwood on a bye week this week.
Actually, I saw Coach John Webb tonight.
Hey, we heard the Coach Webb takes everyone serious.
Yeah.
So you get the Friday night off, and you think, well, let's go watch a game. Let's go watch Clinton and Fulton. Let's go watch Farragut, Dobbins-Bennett. Nope. Coach Webb drives up to Wartburg. Him, Coach Davis, and I don't know if some other coaches went with him, but they were up there tonight to watch the Bulldogs.
Yeah, as Wartburg falls tonight against York. York, a really big team. They've got some big, powerful backs. Of course, I believe York plays 3A, 4A.
Mm-hmm.
So York goes to Wartburg, gets that win tonight. So Wartburg went ahead and did senior night, even though they've got a home game next week against Rockwood. That game right there, I believe, is Wartburg's final region game. I'm not sure about Rockwood if they have another one after that Wartburg game. But
I have to look and see. I wore my Rockwood shirt tonight for Johnathon Cox, since y'all gave me such a hard time last Friday night.
Right.
So I put the pink back in the closet, got out the green tonight, dug through it, even went to Clinton in it. So.
Speaking of pink, I want to say this because I do PA for the Wartburg games, and so I was there tonight. There is a local cancer support group in Morgan County. It's called SHOC, and SHOC is SHOC. It stands for Survivors Helping Others Cope. So what happens is these survivors of cancer got together and formed this group so that other people who are newly dealing with this, they'll make them like gift bags, or if you have to go through treatments, chemo treatments, you lose your hair, they've got like wig banks and things like that, just to help you cope with dealing with cancer. And the local cheerleaders at Wartburg presented the SHOC group with a check tonight for over $1,600.
Really?
And so just a great thing. SHOC is just a tremendous little organization. And I encourage anybody, if you're newly dealing with cancer, you know somebody that's newly dealing with cancer, reach out to that SHOC group in Morgan County. Again, Survivors Helping Others Cope. It is a very, very good organization by the local cancer survivors there in Morgan County. And so a really neat thing tonight, as Morgan County always goes out for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is in October. So they had, the field was painted pink, the cheerleaders had pink pom-poms, a lot of people dressed in pink. So it was really cool seeing that big number for that check tonight.
We saw a lot of that tonight. Not a lot of that at Clinton, but you know, the cheerleaders were in pink. You saw some pink athletic tape, pink socks, pink gloves, and you'll see that in the NFL on Sundays. And that's really good. It's really good to wear for the awareness, but it's even better when you have groups like that that help people. And it's one thing to wear something for a cause, which sometimes can get confused as a fad. You know, people want to wear pink because it's breast cancer awareness, but you know, it's almost like it's good when you see that, but it's also better when you see someone out there doing good things, like the group in Morgan County SHOC. So encourage anybody to follow that group if you need someone to relate to. It's good to have somebody for that.
Yeah, and I've talked to those people, and they say that the reason why they formed is because taking on cancer is so overwhelming, because you've got to visit the oncologist, and you have to go through the chemo treatments. You got to set that up. You're wondering, like, okay, what happens next? And so you've got people there that can help you through that process. They can answer your questions. What's happening now? What's going to happen to me? What are my expectations? And they can help. It's just such a really tremendous thing, because cancer is just awful.
Another big game tonight. Kingston defeats Scott County.
That's right.
They improved to 7-1 on the season. Coach Banky's got the Yellow Jackets rolling.
That's right.
He's another coach in Rome County that when things don't go perfect, sometimes they tend to get on him a little bit. So good to see that program rolling 7-1. I think they only lost the years to a good Austin East team. Rockwood still with Cumberland Gap to play in region play. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Another final score that we were able to get, it was South Pitt defeating East Atlanta, and I wrote that down, 62-14.
So Tennessee team did beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. And breaking news: South Pittsburgh is pretty good.
It's
at
pretty
football.
good.
Yeah. So.
Breaking news: there's a lot of turmoil in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't even mention talking Tennessee football a little bit later. I was almost afraid to, because I know that the phone lines are going to blow up, and it doesn't sound good. You've got. What's funny is Butch Jones come out, blasted the media, talked about fake news and things like that when they were addressing this rumor that Shy Tuttle had gotten in a fight with Nigel Warrior, and he called it fake news. Okay, well, now there was some actual fake news as a rumor got out that Butch Jones had been arrested for a DUI. Of course, somebody, a media outlet in Nashville, reached out to the Knoxville Police Department and said, is this true? They said, no, this is not true. So debunked that rumor. So you actually had fake news after, and then the news comes out as well that Darrell Taylor and Trey Smith get into a fight in practice, and Taylor kicked Trey Smith in the face, and he had to get stitches. You know, I mean, things are really weird right now in Knoxville.
That's pretty. Darren Taylor, you know his infamous quote, yeah, going up, beating up on Trey Smith, a dog.
Yeah, big old dude.
He backs it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said last night, you search Twitter. You know, one thing you should never do before you go to bed is get on social media, because then
I agree.
Because then you're up for like another hour.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm trying to go to bed, and I scroll through, and I'm on VolQuest. I'm trying to wait on the War Room, and then retweets. You see the people that retweet about the DUI, the fight.
Yeah.
Which is getting fired. It's happening right now. Waiting for the War Room, and I was just glued to my phone, just waiting. And it's a lot of it's trolling.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get people going.
Right.
And I said, well, it's troll 30. It's time for me to go to bed. So
that's right. But just to stay on the topic of football, Tennessee's got a lot of questions they need to answer after that Georgia game.
A lot of questions. It's bad when you pull out. We talked about last Friday, pulling out that many stops, or that many. You know, everything you had going on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then, like I said on the radio, everything up until kickoff was incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it was packed house. It was this. It was that. Peyton Manning, Brett Favre. Check this.
Yeah.
Did we wear smoky grays? I don't even know.
Smoky
grays.
Smoky grays. And the fans did their part there early in the game. Confused the freshman Georgia quarterback, Jake Fromm. Georgia had to call timeout really early. Fromm throws an interception early, but Tennessee just can't get it going on offense. Dormady had 2 interceptions, and this was interesting too. The best play that Tennessee had was a 44-yard reception by John Kelly, and even on that play, Dormady threw off his back foot. I was like, man, he threw off his back foot again, and then Kelly on that play, fighting for extra yards, fumbles the football. Just nothing was going for Tennessee on Saturday.
And now you go from looking at a team that we said was 8-4 at the beginning of the year, and now you look at the schedule and you think there's probably two definite wins, Southern Miss, and you think Missouri's probably,
I would think, yeah.
But everything else, you get beat by Alabama. Everything else is a toss-up.
It is. I think Tennessee will be helped that South Carolina's very absolute best player, Deebo Samuel, is hurt. And you hate to say it like that. You never want anybody to get hurt. If you're going to win, you want to win full strength. But Tennessee will have a lot of aid because Samuel was a lot of their offense and playmaking ability. But, I mean, you still got to show up and you got to win that game against South Carolina. You have to. And then you've got Kentucky, or you've got Alabama, and then you got Kentucky right after that. And so you don't want to, you pretty much you have to say that Tennessee has absolutely zero shot at defeating Alabama at this point. You have to say it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know that you had national people wondering and questioning why Butch Jones didn't get fired Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, Barrett Salee, I follow him on Twitter. He calls him the sports animal a lot, or a few times a week.
Yeah.
And you know, and he's calling in. He's like, why have they not pulled the trigger already? You know, why have they not made this change? And it might be too soon to fire. You don't have to fire a coach mid-season to already be doing stuff behind the scenes.
That's true.
Having people reach out, because heck, Jimmy Sexton's everybody's agent.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah,
so
you're right
if
about
you're doing
that.
something, he's going to know about it. So, but you never know, and you hope that. I'm more negative than a lot of people, but you hope that Butch Jones is a guy. Really do. I say a lot of negative stuff.
Right.
But you hope that he wins every game every year, that he's the coach for the next however many years.
Yeah.
But if you determine that he's not, let's get things going and let's be proactive.
Yeah, and I mean it's kind of too early in the night, I feel like, to be talking this heavy about Tennessee football. But I will make this point. This is something you can think about and we can address later in the show. Last year, LSU loses a heartbreaker at the last second against it was Arkansas, right? And then Les Miles was fired mid-season.
Yeah.
And to me, I felt like Les Miles was fired so that he wouldn't have a chance to turn it around. Because if he goes off and he wins 8, 9 games, you kind of can't fire him at that point, especially with as big as his buyout was. So now you're looking at this Butch Jones situation and you're thinking the same thing. If Tennessee doesn't fire him mid-season, what if he does turn it around?
What if he does go 8-4?
Because really, the only for certain loss now you're looking is Alabama. You said the rest are toss-ups. Well, guess what? That coin flip could land on heads every time.
You could win out after Alabama.
And if that happens, Tennessee's 9-3. You kind of can't fire a coach that goes 9-3.
No,
because you're playing in a Capital One Bowl or an Outback Bowl or, gosh, maybe even a Sugar Bowl if Tennessee goes 9-3. So, you know, it's a wait and see approach. But
and like Queener was telling me tonight, you know, Butch Jones is not John Curry's mate. That's not his hire.
Right, exactly.
And so far to date, John Curry has done a good job as an athletic director.
Yeah.
He's brought back the light. He's done simple things that bring you a lot of fanfare and a lot of good standing.
Right.
So why not ride out Butch Jones if you're John Curry as long as you can? You have to pull that trigger and you have to bring in your guy.
Yeah.
Because like once you bring in your guy, that's when you're on the clock. That's when.
That's when you're open to scrutiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can get an 8-4 Butch Jones, you might be more prone to. If he wins 7 or 8 games, I think they'll hang on to him. Whether I agree with that or not is a different story, but I think they will.
See, with all of this negativity and all of this fake news, if you will, and these spots in practice, all that's negative pub. And so I thought that they would hang on to Butch Jones with 7 or 8 wins as well, because that's what most people thought they would go at the beginning of the season anyway. Nobody expected them to really like this be the year, you know. And so, but now, with these spots in practice and you've got these fake stories coming up, it just kind of seems like there's an aura of negativity. And now I don't know if Butch can survive with 7 wins.
That's true. And if you're at Alabama and the fight breaks out at practice, it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Winning cures all.
It does.
People fight. They fight in high school. They fight in college. I mean, fights happen in football.
Yep.
But when you have people and when things aren't going good, those things stick out. Those things hurt more than they would if you were going 9-3, 10-2.
They do.
And winning big games and blowing teams out. It would be brushed over. You would almost be not excited about a fight, but you'd be like, oh yeah, that's our team. You know, they're going hard at practice every day. But when you're losing to Florida and Georgia and like the year, the team's falling apart. Butch Jones is losing. It's all about the narrative.
Yeah, and see, that's what you have to wonder. You have to wonder if so Trey Smith and Darrell Taylor are lining up across from each other. They're going at it. You know, that's passionate. They get into a fight. That's passion. Or the other spin on that is Butch is losing the locker room. You know, these guys are frustrated. They're not fighting because they're passionate. They're fighting because they're frustrated with their situation. So which is it? I don't know. But a lot of questions that need to be answered. So I tell you what, Chase, let's take a break.
Let's take a break, guys. The phone lines are wide open. Give us a call in. Let's talk high school football. Let's get some coaches on the line. We're going to try to do that while we're off air. Our number is 865-483-8112. Give us a call. This is the Friday Night Scoreboard brought to you by Mulch & More. We'll be right back.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
Attention, all hunters, outdoorsmen, and preppers.
It's military surplus time at Hammers. You'll find over 20 different worldwide Army surplus items like ghillie suits, U.S. and Swiss sleeping bags, German safety vests, combat shirts, and more, priced from 99 cents to $69.95. Plus, there's our most popular item, 12 by 12 camo nets. Hurry, quantities are limited.
At ease. Now hurry to Hammers.
Smooth. Smooth cutting. And now even smoother riding. That's the Simplicity Lawn and Garden Tractors. Now with suspension. That's right. Simplicity is introducing suspension for residential lawn and garden tractors. The Suspension Comfort System.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
If you play team sports, you want the best gear and the top name brands. That's why at Reno Sporting Goods, we offer the best and safest gear from top manufacturers like Adidas, Russell, Wilson, and more. Reno Sporting Goods, your team dealer.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday night scoreboard brought to you by Mulch and More. Give Gary a call today, 865-740-5229. What do they got at Mulch and More, Aaron?
Well, they've got mulch, Chase, as you know, but they also have more. Yeah, I know, believe it or not. The best topsoil in the area, for sure.
And they're running a mulch special right now, $10 a scoop, brown mulch.
That's right.
And they'll deliver it to you.
That's right.
So give Gary a call today, 865-740-5229. We've got a caller on the air. I think we've got a Oliver Springs coach coming in. Coach Green, how are you tonight?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Coach. Tonight was kind of a collision course. You all were coming off your first win of the season. Sunbright was riding a 3-game win streak, and somebody had to lose, and you all came out on top. Let's talk about it.
Well, just proud of our kids, why they played tonight, and coaching staff done a great job getting them ready.
Coach, it's been a pretty rough year for you all right now. How have you kept your team motivated and driven to be able to pick up back-to-back wins on the season?
Well, we just tried to stay focused. We knew our playing a tough non-region schedule. Played 3-3-A teams, 1-2-A teams, 4 greenbacks. So, 0-5, they never hung their heads. They still knew, we dangled that playoff carrot in front of them. They still hung in there. Could have folded to 10 at 0-5 last week, after the tough loss up in Cleveland County. Can't say enough about the kids' work ethic and just coming to practice and getting better every day. That's our goal. And we've got a chance to make the playoffs.
Coach, speaking of the playoffs, mathematically, what's left for you all to do to be able to make that playoffs? I believe this win tonight puts you in 3rd in the region. Am I correct in saying that?
I think so.
So as long as who have you got to beat to be in?
We got Oakdale next week and Coalfield close out with Midway. So I think if we can win 2 of those 3, we can get the 3rd seed. I think we can clinch next week, hopefully, at least the 4th seed with win over Oakdale if I'm doing my math right.
That'd be a big win, Coach. Hey, thanks for joining us. I know you said your battery percentage is winding down. You're on the bus with a bunch of celebrating football players tonight. So safe travels and congratulations on.
We're doing a really good job of being quiet right now, ain't you?
Oh, tell them go Bobcats, get fired up.
All right, thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Coach.
All right,
Love to see a team like that. It's easy to hang your head like that.
Yeah.
We kept looking for Oliver Springs to get that first big win of the season.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Right.
Still kept waiting. They play Claiborne County, almost pull out a win, get beat 10-12. A lot of people pack it up and go in. Fans stop showing up. Kids get down. Coach Green and the staff, Coach Kegley, keep them in there. Now, you turn around, they're in a playoff hunt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that 3rd seed, you're exactly right. That's where they are right now. you've got 3 really tough games left, but Oliver Springs could win.
They can go 2-1.
I think so. Yeah.
You can beat Oakdale, and I believe Midway has got a quarterback maybe fighting an injury. I think that's why you've seen them struggle the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And very key to their offense. So you play Midway and you're rolling like they are right now, you could come away with a big win right now.
Yeah, and Oliver Springs. Yeah, Oliver Springs started out with that really tough schedule, like you were alluding to. You lose a really good Kingston team. You lose to Northview Academy, another 3A team. You lose to Greenback, which is obviously a really good team again this year. You almost get that win against Claiborne County, and then you get into the meat of your schedule and just come out, lay one on Harriman, which is a game that you had to have. And then tonight you lay one on Sunbright, which was another game that you had to have. And so really confusing race right now, that playoff race. I'll let you know what standings are for it, but anything can happen at this point. So
again, congratulations to the Bobcats tonight on a big win, sticking into the playoff hunt. Rockwood on the bye week. Rockwood-Wartburg next week, so me and you will probably both be in attendance for some parts of that game. That game is at Wartburg.
At Wartburg, yeah.
So Rockwood's still on the road. They've been on the road for a while now, looking to get back home for they've got homecoming, senior night. They've almost got the Tennessee-Georgia game going on. They've got everything all packed into one night when they can ever get back home for a home game.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that Rockwood-Wartburg game is that there are only 5 teams in that region. And so you really only have to beat one team to get in. And so as bad as things have looked for Wartburg this year, start off the season with a 70-0 defeat against Coalfield. As bad as things have looked, if somehow you can squeak out a win against Rockwood, then both Rockwood, Wartburg 1 and 2 in the region, and then Wartburg would hold the tiebreaker over Rockwood. So that's in that region. That's all you got to do is win one game.
And that's kind of the good and the bad of how the TSSAA playoff system is set up now.
Yeah.
You're never almost till it's over. You're not out of the hunt.
Yeah.
You see some teams that are 1 or 2 game winners in playoffs. Yeah. That's for better or worse. You could argue both ways whether that's good or bad, but it still is able to keep your players motivated during the season. So at least taking Oliver Springs, taking Wartburg, guys, we're not out of it yet.
That's right.
Keep at it. The stars align right once every now and in a blue moon. So why not us? Why not us get that first win?
There you go.
So, guys, give us a call, 865-483-8112. We'll take your phone calls, talk high school football. Has Triple D called in yet?
He's not.
Triple D.
I think it's because probably Oak Ridge didn't play this week.
Oak Ridge didn't play. That's why. Triple D, if you're watching, give us a call in.
He's no Oak Ridge fan, but he's also an Anderson County fan, and I don't think Anderson County played this week either.
He might have the week off, too.
Yeah, he might.
Lookout Valley with a big win tonight.
Over Oakdale,
They beat Oakdale.
21-12.
Played baseball against Lookout Valley's head coach, Lance Rourke. So, although we want to see those Morgan County teams win, I'm happy for Coach. He stepped into a tough situation. I know a lot of people don't follow Lookout Valley because it's further away than kind of the area we cover. But Coach Rourke stepped into a difficult situation there at Lookout Valley.
Yeah.
He's really been able to get that team to buy in, pick up some good wins. So that's a good win for him. That I think it was senior night. So congratulations to Lookout Valley on that win tonight. So, and got to congratulate Harriman again on a great victory tonight. Like I said, I looked at my phone, had to take a double take on that tonight.
Yeah.
I was shocked that they bounced back because, they've been on that side for the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
So good for Coach Tapp. Love to see him get a good win under his belt. Coach scrutinized too much, so we're glad that he was able to get a big win tonight. So let's take one more short, quick break. Guys, our lines are open. Give us a call, 865-483-8112. Come back on the other side. Hopefully have some more coaches call in. Maybe get a Johnathon Cox sighting. I don't know if he's coming in tonight, but we'll be right back. Take a quick break.
And we will take a quick break.
We will take a quick break. You hear the footsteps in the background. My man's doing his best here. We'll be right back.
Get yourself unchained from large pharmacies. Shop and support your local independent pharmacies in our hometowns. In Kingston, shop Kinzer Drugs. In Harriman, shop Chase Drugs. And in Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore. Keep our money local to help our community. Your independent pharmacies help support local high school sports, local civic groups, little leagues, marching bands, annual staffs, yearbooks, and other school clubs and activities. Remember, in Harriman, shop Chase Drugs. In Kingston, visit Kinzer Drugs. And in Rockwood, Live and Let Live Drugstore. The next time you have prescription need, try your local hometown independent pharmacy. We were here for you before the chains, and we're here for you now. In Kingston, Kinzer Drugs. In Harriman, Chase Drugs. And in Rockwood, support Live and Let Live Drugstore. Be sure to spend your dollars locally. And please support our young people of today because they will be our leaders tomorrow.
If you didn't buy your rugs at Hammers, you paid too much.
Hammers buyers search the South's rug markets every month for special deals on area and room size rugs, like these in traditional, oriental, and contemporary designs. Choose from high quality heat set rugs, olefins or wool. Plus, there's always a special selection of kitchen and bathroom rugs for $288. Remember,
Don't pay too much. Buy your rugs at Hammers.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
The Harriman Utility Board provides electric, gas, water, and sewer services for the city of Harriman, as well as most of Roane and Morgan counties. Recent major projects include an upgrade of our 161 kilovolt electric substation. Another ongoing project is the rehabilitation of an antiquated sewer system, including an upgrade of our wastewater treatment plant. These projects will improve the quality and reliability of these services and meet state and federal requirements. For more information, visit our website at hub-tn.com or call us at 865-882-3242.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is a cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Bob's was the one that transferred.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mulch & More call-in show. Friday night scoreboard brought to you by Mulch & More. Give Gary a call today, 865-740-5229. What you caught there was some breaking news from my man Alex Harvey.
Aaron Harvey.
God.
Come on, Chase. Come on, Chase.
Aaron Harvey with some breaking news about a former UT quarterback, Riley Fergalicious. Ferguson.
Yeah, Riley Fergalicious. I don't know how well people will remember this, but when Butch first got here, he signed Dobbs and Ferguson, both Elite 11 quarterbacks, both competed, both very highly regarded. And there was an away game at Florida or whatever, and we were wondering, like, who was going to go. And it was Dobbs made that trip to Florida, but they said it was because Ferguson was hurt or whatever, and so you can only take so many people. There was not really a chance that either one of them was going to play because Worley was playing, but let's see, Peterman was on that team too, so it was Peterman and Dobbs got to go as well.
Yeah, there were Dobbs, Peterman, Ferguson,
Yeah.
Worley, all of them.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody thought Riley Ferguson should be playing because Worley struggled. Peterman started that Florida game and did awful. And so they're thinking, oh, we need the third string quarterback. The second string's no longer our favorite player. We need the third one. And they thought, who's that going to be? Is it going to be Ferguson or is it going to be Dobbs? And it turns out that Ferguson ended up transferring. So he goes JUCO or whatever, and then he ends up in Memphis. Tonight, Memphis plays Connecticut. Ferguson is a senior and throws 7 touchdowns tonight as Memphis gets the win over the Huskies, 70-31. And so what I pose to Chase, and you can call in and give your opinion on this if you want, since Tennessee is on a bye week this week, and they'll have South Carolina next week. But what if it had been Dobbs that transferred instead of Ferguson, and what if it was Fergalicious leading Tennessee's offense last year as a senior, and then what if Josh Dobbs is the one who's at Memphis right now? Would Tennessee would have been better off? Now I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion. I'm going to say no, because Josh Dobbs turned out to be a winner, and you can't coach that. He was a leader, a great ambassador for the program, and I think Tennessee was, especially with the Butch Jones offense, I think that worked out a lot better with Josh Dobbs. But you can't argue the fact that Riley Ferguson was here, and he's putting up some very, very good numbers at Memphis.
34 of 48, 431 yards.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with you. Riley Ferguson wasn't ready mentally to be the starting quarterback at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Physically, he might have been ready for it.
Right.
But mentally, he wasn't. He actually took time off. He quit football for a minute. He was working a 9-to-5 like me and you. He was working a construction job, and it was one of those, I've read the story on him before. It's one of those, they were on a break.
Right.
There's a football, I bet I can hit that football, that sign over there. And he hums it 70 yards, and before you know it, he's at a JUCO school back here at Memphis. So good for him to see that, because, you hate to see talent like that go to waste.
Yeah.
You see that far too often.
Right.
So good that he's got that back going for him.
Yeah, and it's looking like he's probably going to be an NFL quarterback. Maybe not a starter, but it looks like he could be a draft choice. Maybe be somebody's number 2 or number 3. And until you never know what could happen. Somebody could get hurt. Who would have thought that Dak Prescott would be a starting quarterback in the NFL right now?
2 other UT quarterbacks in the NFL? Tyler Bray, Nathan Peterman.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought that?
Yeah.
And Tyler Bray, bragging on him on the radio today, a complete 180, almost like a Riley Ferguson, except for he was a starting quarterback.
Right.
He had off the field issues throughout his career that were probably, like we said, more publicized because we're not winning ball games.
That's right.
We're in the Dooley era.
That's right.
But now he's with the Chiefs. He's been there ever since he left Tennessee,
which would have been 2012.
So 5 years now, and he's either the backup or the third string, but they keep him on that roster.
They do, yeah.
You can shuffle that third string quarterback in and out with
can.
whoever you want to, and he beat out Missouri's Chase Daniels back maybe a few years ago, and he's still with the team. So
beat out the Chiefs. Also drafted former Georgia quarterback Aaron Murray, and they just released Murray because Bray got that second team spot. Of course, the Chiefs just drafted with the 12th overall pick Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech, and so now you don't know where Bray falls in that lineup, but they do like him. They like his arm talent because he has great arm talent. Mahomes a little bit more of maybe a bigger ceiling is what they see, but if Mahomes doesn't develop, then all of a sudden you're back with Bray as your number 2 guy, I think, and so it is good, even though those Dooley years weren't something that a lot of Tennessee fans want to remember. That offense was really, really fun to watch.
It was really, I mean, you're talking about averaging probably 35 points. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
But say what you want about Tyler Bray, and he's a gunslinger. He put up points.
Yeah, he did.
You're talking about him, Cordero Patterson, Dayrick for the few minutes he was.
Justin Hunter.
He was here. Justin Hunter. They put up big time points.
They did. Even Michael Rivera is a tight end that's in the NFL right now. I mean, that was a very, very, very good offense. So.
And Bray, for a lot of his career, has been plagued with some injuries.
Yeah.
But it shows faith in him that they've kept him that long.
That's right.
Like we said before. So I think we're going to get a Kingston update. Go ahead, caller.
Chase, Landon Harden with WKNT.
Landon, what's up? The Jackets are 7-1 now. Everything is right in the capital for a day, Kingston, with another big win tonight. Talk about it.
Yeah, Chase, the Yellow Jackets came out coming off a bye week. We were a little bit nervous about how we'd respond coming off the bye week because we were rolling so good. And the bye week kind of came at a bad time, really, for Kingston. But they came out and scored the first touchdown. Scott was able to drive it down and answer. So we thought we were going to have a good game on our hands, but the Kingston defense really stepped up and shut Scott County down tonight. And Big Tyler Thurman, number 63, had a big night for the Yellow Jackets. Carson Newman actually was there to watch him play. I think they might be interested in offering him a scholarship maybe, but they were there to watch him, and he showed 12 tackles, 4 for a loss. But Brandon Clemens had another good night throwing the ball. Kingston had success on the running game and passing game and just kind of grinded out a 33-7 victory. Clemens had 2 touchdowns. Keekly had 1 touchdown rushing the ball. The big play of the night was kickoff after Spellman had 88-yard touchdown to start the third quarter. So after that kickoff return, the momentum went away and Kingston just pulled away. Good night for Coach Pankey's squad, but as we all know, we go play the number 1 team in the state next week, so it'll be a whole different story next Friday.
Yeah, Landon, like you said, a lot tougher game next Friday. Another big win tonight for Coach Pankey. We talked earlier, and it seems sometimes when things don't go well, people like to get on Pankey just a little bit, but it's always good to see him come away with a big win tonight. And from what it sounds like from you, it was a group effort tonight. Everybody was involved. Everybody was scoring, making big plays. Good for Thurman to have a school out there to maybe help pay for him to go to college and play football. So overall, just a good night for the Yellow Jackets.
Absolutely, and Coach Pankey, what I like about this thing is their focus. You know, it was homecoming, too. Homecoming week offers a lot of distractions. It's good for the students, but sometimes coaches can drive them crazy with all the distractions. And
they hate homecoming.
But they were a focused team tonight and played really well, and you know, all they got to do is win 1 of their last 3, and they're guaranteed a playoff spot. So 1 win out of their next 3 games, and we'll be in the playoffs again, first time since 15. So Coach Pankey's excited about that, and we'll go take on Alcoa in a week, and that's why they play the game. We'll just be hoping for the best.
Hey, Landon, it took 1 stone for David to knock down Goliath, so you tell Coach Pankey that.
I'm sure that will be echoed in the pregame talk next week. So that may be the thing going in, but Kingston's setting themselves up well to get in the playoffs, and if you're in the playoffs, you're still alive. So we'll see. You got 3 more bowl games left, and Coach Pankey's squad will be favored in 2 of those, and they'll be the underdog next week.
Awesome. Landon, thanks for calling in. Good luck to the Yellow Jackets.
Thank you, Chase.
All right, see you. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Chase, you and my man there.
Triple D, we thought you took the night off, me and Aaron.
Oh, no, I'll never take the night off. Good man, I'm roaring while everybody else snoring.
That's what I like to hear. I'm going to put that in the bank. I'm going to use that next week.
Yeah, see, I'm roaring. Hey, you know, I used to work at Hardee's. I worked down there for about 26 years, and I used to go down there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I did that about 15 years. I go at 2 o'clock and go wait till about 5:30, and then to go to my other job at White's Well from 7 to 3:30, and then I still might not get on about 9:30 because I work 4 hours over.
Hey, they don't make them like you no more.
I guarantee they don't. I guarantee that. That's why I say about them 3 Ds. Determination, dedication, desire. You throw that with a good attitude, you got success.
Hey, there's a scholar that says They don't make them like me no more. Matter of fact, they never made them like me before.
Yeah, hey, yeah, you know, they throwed away the motor when they made me. I guarantee you, good man.
Well, hey, go ahead.
I want to send my condolences to David Queener. If he listened tonight, I want to send my condolences to him. He lost his father this last week, and I tell him he's in my prayer. I want to let him know he's in my prayer, him and his family. Because I tell people, Chase, nobody want to lose a loved one regardless of age or stage. Whether she 102, he or she 102, or 2 years old. Don't nobody want to lose a loved one. Because I lost my mama in 2004, and lost her sister to cancer in '96. That was my nephew's mama that went to Florida. And I know it hurts. We don't get over our loss, but we get through it by the grace of God.
That's true. And we also extend our condolences, our prayers to Queener, and we're thinking about him. I know he's watching tonight, so I know he'll appreciate that.
Yeah, Triple D sends his condolences him, and I continue to keep him in my prayers. And yeah, like Addison County didn't play tonight, did they?
Well, Triple D, you had the whole Anderson County was off and Oak Ridge was off, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe it were.
So what did you do tonight?
Oh, man, I just chilled, listen to my gospel music and sermons and sit here and pray. I tell people I pray every day, all day.
You know,
I don't count how many times I pray because Jesus Christ prayed. And if we're going to be like Christ, we got to pray.
That's right. Hey, you know who could use some prayers? UT football coach Butch Jones. What do you think about that 41-0 beatdown?
You know, just like I said, Chase, and this is a good analogy. I didn't get this out no Sports Illustrated or nobody told me this or read it out of a book or whatever. You only good as the horse. The horse is only good as the jockey that rides him.
That's true. That's true. And what do you think about our jockey right now?
Well, I guarantee that's true because you look at coaches that's leading their team. You know, they got thoroughbreds at UT. They had them since Butch Jones been over there. But you gotta coach up, not down. And I ain't got nothing against Butch Jones personally, but the man, he got to do better than what he's doing because his concept and his outlook, that's good to talk about, you know, what your children did and our team buying into this everything. But he's surrounding himself like his offensive coordinator. You know, that game was unexcusable for lose down in Florida 2 weeks ago. And then not to score in 6 quarters, just to score 3 points in 6 quarters. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's definitely not good.
Hey, you know, we need to send my man over there from Anderson County over there. I guarantee he got more talent in one thumb than both of them boys got in their body.
You may be right, Triple D. If you're Butch Jones, what do you think you should do? If you're Tennessee, what do you do at this point?
Well, at this point, I buy him out.
Buy him out?
I buy him out because $9 million to get him out of there. And I heard Queen was saying here not too long ago, who you go get? And they talking about Mullins. Mullins and took it on the chin 2 weeks in a row from LSU and Auburn.
And Bobby Petrino took one on the chin the other night. He got beat by NC State, I believe.
Yeah, he did. That was last night. Yep. What about my boy David Cutcliffe?
I don't know if Cut wants to come back.
To give him a try. Try him. I say he would.
I'm sure he'd pick up the phone.
Hey, I guarantee he would. If Duke is a school like Vanderbilt, they ain't going to get it near as much, it ain't as attractive like UT is. I mean, Duke is an academic school. They, Cutcliffe, you know, Spurrier, he coached them pretty well when he was down there. But Cutcliffe got him one of the top defensive teams in the nation. And I think that I'm not mistaken, they 5-0 and 6-0 in the ACC. He's good enough coach to come back here. I guarantee he'll come back.
Triple D, I was watching him the other night, and he's got his. Sometimes they'll dress coaches in completely different colors, so the team that the team can know who they're looking at when they get calls in. And his guy was wearing orange and white.
Oh, was it?
His guy had on the volunteer colors.
Well, what do you think about him, my man? Do you think Cutcliffe would be a perfect hire for UT?
I don't know about perfect. I think he'd be a solid. I think he would have been a perfect hire a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
I think.
I say he know more football than Butch Jones. He'd be better than Dooley. He's better than Dooley, Butch Jones, and all the last one they done had over there.
That's true, Triple D.
Hey, you know, my man, like I say, I see him. I call them like I see them. If they'll strike, they'll strike. You know, like I say, if you got them, if Butch Jones, he'll be a good salesman for Nike, Adidas. But far as a coaching, he just like I said, Jay, he's a second-tier coach at a first-tier program. We need to get a first-tier coach for a first-tier program. Miami, Ohio, Western Michigan, he probably do well. But not at UT. He ain't that kind of coach. And we'll struggle along. We keep going with it. And if they keep him to South Carolina and he lose against South Carolina, I don't wish nobody to be unsuccessful. I want everybody to be successful. Especially, I'm a Tennessee man. And but I want to see them do better than what they're doing. That's no excuse. 3 points in 6 quarters. Come on now.
That's true.
Now, Chase, we can all go there and I heard David Queener said that him and Coach Gaddis would go over there. Well, they may be a little bit better than Butch, but we need somebody a lot better.
That's true.
We need somebody in there to step that program up, to coach up, not down.
That's true.
And I called over there at Anderson County, and I wanted to try to talk to Coach Gillen, but it's good. We talk about winning and losses and talk about sports. But, you know, you talk about, you get into about life, losing your father and losing your mom and your sister. That predecessor over any sports that's playing now. Because, you know, one thing about I know that Anderson County got them coaches over there that involved in church. And they telling them, if some of them kids don't play football for the rest of their life, it's something Coach Gillum and some of them coaches telling them about life that can resonate with them by them showing them by the example, leading by the example.
That's true.
And I admire them for doing that. And you know, my grandson just had to be over there, and I wish him well. I'm praying for the team's success as well as his success. And praying for the coaches to keep on doing what they're doing.
Well,
and I'm going to get off here tonight, Chase, and God bless you, man. I love y'all show, and I keep praying for you all, and you praying for your show, and keep up the good work, and y'all have a blessed rest of the night.
Thank you. You too, Triple D. Thanks for calling.
Oh, you're very welcome, my man.
See you.
And God bless you.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Always good hearing from Triple D.
Yeah.
Jesse Smithy, I hear you're calling in to talk about some groomers.
Are there groomers going around?
Hey, you know what? I almost like, even though groomers are 100% false, I'm pretty sure, a part of me wants to believe some of them might be true. It gets me fired up every time. What's going on tonight?
Well, I wish I would have trademarked the word groomers because it's used so much in East Tennessee now that I'd be a billionaire by now.
Yes, it would be. So what's going on in high school football tonight?
I still think the big game of the week was the Thursday night game between Greenback and Coalfield, and I'm going to go ahead and go full disclosure on you. I gave up on that game when it was 27-7.
I think a lot of people did.
I turned it off. I ended up falling asleep on the couch and woke up in the morning and was just kind of going through the Twitter timeline, and there popped up the final score from the game, and I was dumbfounded. I just could not believe it, and I found a kind of a blow-by-blow account on Twitter to kind of see what happened and saw that Breeden Gilbert just absolutely went off in the fourth quarter with 3 touchdowns, a 58-yarder, and a couple short-yarded touchdowns. And, man, you're beginning to wonder if Coalfield has some type of mental glitch Coalfield has a mental glitch against Greenback. I mean, they played them close 2 times a year ago, lost both of those games, and then, blew just what seemed to be an insurmountable lead Thursday night. More than likely, they're going to get another chance against Greenback in the playoffs if everything kind of goes as planned. And we'll see if they can kind of overcome this hurdle. I still think Coalfield, talent-wise, across the board, may have a slight advantage over Greenback, and it's not huge. But I thought you saw that talent kind of gap a little bit last night. But, man, just hats off to the kids at Greenback for what they were able to do. That's still, to me, the biggest game of Week 8.
And, Jesse, there was an onside kick ran by Coalfield that was kind of took me by surprise. They had a 13-point – they had a lead, and they come out. And I don't know if they were trying to put the thing away and do what nobody expected them to do, but it really kind of backfired on them.
Well, you hope that they just weren't doing that for no reason. You watch so much film and you see players' tendencies on the opposing team that are supposed to give you credence for running that call or a reason to run that call. So maybe they saw something during the game that said, yes, this side of the field, they're not watching the kickoff. They're immediately turning and running back to give this thing a go that we practice on. And go ahead and try to put this away. So, I wasn't there that night to question the coaches about that. Again, I watched it on TV and turned it off when it was 27-7. I just thought Parker McKinney and his cast of receivers or running backs were just going to be too much for Greenback, and I was very, very poorly mistaken.
Well, like you said, Jess, they'll probably meet again second or probably third round of the playoffs. Probably be at Greenback this time. Let's switch gears a minute. It's been a crazy week for Tennessee football. Have you ever seen a time where you have to come out, and not you specifically, but where media have to come out and address specific rumors that are just absolute lies?
It's not just lies. It's this whole maelstrom of what's going on. I mean, I've had to mute 5 or 6 media members, and I still consider myself part of the media. And so these are people I know, and I've actually had to mute them because of their arguments with each other. They're not arguing with the fans. We have Tennessee media, grown men, professionals, some who've gone through journalism school, some who haven't, that are just arguing and getting in these Twitter beefs. And I've had to, mute them on my Twitter account just because it's just gotten too crazy here.
Yeah,
and then now you hear with Paul Feinbaum bringing up John Gruden's name, and of course there's the rumor about Butch getting a DUI, and the chief of police in Knoxville has to come out and dispel that rumor. It's just, I can't remember it being this crazy mid-season. Not when Fulmer was seemingly on his way out in 2008, not when Dooley was basically on his way out 5 years ago. So it's definitely wild. It's not anything like I saw tonight. Lane Kiffin resigned, but it's just a long, strung-out hysteric that seemingly has no end, and I think is going to continue for the next few weeks. And even, if Butch is eventually fired, I think you'll see the hysterics continue as Tennessee enters yet another coaching search, I think, for the 4th time since 2008.
Jesse, I bet we could do a whole show on recapping the night Kiffin left town. And,
the wildest night of my journalism career. You watch movies about newspaper rooms and newsrooms and how it's all, everybody's yelling and stop the press and this, that, and the other, and it's not like that at all. It's quite librarian-like, where it's real quiet, everybody's tending to their work. But that night, there were editors running into the newsrooms with house shoes on and robes. The server was crashing. I mean, it was just insane. And I just sat back and kind of took it all in because I was the high school writer.
Yeah, that's one of those nights you always remember where you were when that happened. But you make a good point about, and I see it on Twitter too, and we don't have to get into names, but we know who they are. People calling other media out, and like you said, some pretty, I don't know, well-respected, but pretty well-known media members arguing with radio hosts, with people like that. It's pretty weird to see.
Yeah, it is, and you see former players, spouting off at the mouth with one another, and man, everybody is just kind of up in arms over this, and everybody has a hard stance on it as to how they think Tennessee football should play out. Number one, it shows the fan base cares. I think the passion has always been there for Tennessee, but it's been a decade pretty much of just hand-wringing and frustration. And, yeah, there have been a couple bowl wins here and there and a couple improbable wins, but a lot more frustrating moments and head-scratching moments than there have been, elating victories. And it's just all coming to a head right now, and that's a lot of pressure on John Curry if he does replace Butch Jones. His reputation and his legacy is going to be built on this next football hire.
I think, like you say, whatever happens to Butch Jones, he's done he's done what he can do. I think, he did a good job getting us to a certain point, and then
right.
as the season plays out, it may be time for somebody else to get us to that next point.
The story I always tell, and my friends and people around me are probably tired of me saying this, but there are some people, whether it's in business, school administration, football coaches, whatever, that are good rebuilders. My dad was one of them. He was in the trucking business. They'd send him into a station terminal. He'd whip it into shape in about 2 years, and then he'd on to the next place. And I think that's what Butch Jones is, and there's nothing wrong with that. He came to Tennessee, stabilized it a little bit, got the recruiting base back up, got the cover stocked again with some players. But I think we know now what kind of coach he is, and he's just not a fit for the SEC. Now, that's not to say that he couldn't go to the ACC or wherever, kind of a mid-tier Big 12 school or Big 10 school and have success. But he's just not a fit for Tennessee and the SEC long term. But, if he resigned under his own power or one of these mutual splits, I think somewhere down the road, 2 or 3 years down the road, people would look back on Butch Jones and appreciate what he did as far as bridging the program into a new regime under a new coach.
Jesse, a couple questions, and we'll get you out of here. You had a guy, Barrett Sleeves on Sports Animal earlier this week, wonders why Butch Jones isn't fired on Sunday. Do you think it benefits a team to cut ties mid-season or wait till the end of the year while still maybe back-channeling what you would channeling stuff with the coach to finish out the season?
It's dangerous when you're a new athletic director and you fire your football coach mid-season. That sets a precedent and it sets a reputation for you when you're looking for potential coaching replacements for Butch Jones, and you're going to try to go after one of these high-dollar candidates. That might be a deterrent for them. They don't want to be fired mid-season. That's embarrassing for a football coach. So if they see that John Curry can pull the trigger mid-season with no hesitation, they might be scared off by that. And so it's a real fine line that John Curry has to walk. Now, if it's late in the season and all is lost and Tennessee's blown out by Alabama and they lose to South Carolina, they're struggling, maybe they lose against Southern Miss or something, then, yeah, I think everybody knows he might have to cut ties with Butch Jones at that time and then them just find an interim coach. But I think right now it's a fine line as to what John Curry kind of decision he has to make.
Jesse, Aaron Harvey, it seems like a lot of people think it is just inevitable that Butch is gone at the end of the year. Do you think at this point that is inevitable, or do you think that the administration at UT is still in that wait-and-see approach?
I would say it's highly inevitable. There'd be something miraculous would have to happen. They'd have to win out, or at least only lose one game coming in, and that one loss would have to be, a heck of a fight with Alabama. I don't think they can win the rest of their games and get blown out by Alabama and him keep his job. It's just, I think his time is up. I think we all realize that now. But again, there have been crazier things that happen. You can't say with 100% certainty that he's gone, but I haven't seen many people taking up for him.
And Jesse, last question, I promise. If you get, and you've probably thought about this, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, if you had a short list of 2 or 3 coaches, that realistic coaches you think we might could have next year, who would they be?
Well, I think you take a look at Mike Norvell. What he's been doing over at Memphis has certainly been commendable. Nobody really knew what Memphis would do after Justin Fuente left and took over at Virginia Tech. I think everybody just assumed it wouldn't be the same. And Mike Norvell has come in there and kept it going. And Memphis had a huge win tonight. And I grew up in West Tennessee. Memphis used to be a joke in football. I could go to the games on Saturday and sit in the Liberty Bowl where I wanted to, whether it's a 50-yard line, seat 10 rows up, or what have you. So that's no longer the case. And Justin Fuente built it. Mike Norvell has kept it going and had some big wins. I mean, the win over UCLA earlier this season, I think, is a big feather in his cap. So he'll be a guy I think they look at. Of course, Bob Stoops is somebody that I've always, kept up with and always liked. And, of course, he followed a few Tennessee recruits on Twitter, so that certainly put some credibility maybe or behind the rumor that he could possibly be coming here. So I'm not going to go far as to say that John Gruden will be highly involved in the coaching search, but those are just a couple of names that I think could be on the potential watch list.
All right, so what you're saying is Gruden's our next coach. Jesse, thanks for calling. Hey, we always enjoy you calling. We kept you a little bit longer than we normally do, but we appreciate it.
All right.
And we look forward to hearing from you next week.
All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, see you. So there you have it, Gruden.
It's Gruden.
Like you said, though, and it's a good point, there are some people that come in and do a job, and that's their max, and it doesn't have to be a negative. I mean, you can be that middle person that gets you out of the, Moses didn't get to go to the promised land, but
Right.
he got them right to it. And
Right.
And then, and maybe that's what Butch Jones, he gets us out, he gets us, he brings up recruiting. He gets us players and he builds depth, which we didn't have with Derek Dooley.
Yeah.
And he makes people care about losing again.
Yeah.
Makes people really, really upset when we do lose.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things about the Butch Jones tenure so far has been how creatively that staff and the administration has been able to reach out to the fan base, to recruits. We had a friend from Morgan County that actually was tasked with drawing pictures of recruits and sending these pictures to these recruits. So, that's a really creative way to reach out to recruits. So, Butch Jones can write a letter, and say, hey, this is Butch, da, da, da. And with that, he can include a picture of this recruit in a Tennessee uniform. That's a really creative way to reaching out. The video department at UT has just done a phenomenal job.
If you don't follow the Tennessee football in the video department, they do. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, some of the pump-up videos and things that they've done, just outstanding.
And if you're ever at Neyland Stadium on Saturday, and when they do commercials, they play those on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
And they'll do, I've seen one on the Smokey, getting the new Smokey puppy.
Yeah.
And Eric Berry's dad. They do one on Peyton. And it's incredible stuff they do.
Yeah, and that's a creative way to get people excited about Tennessee football, get recruits, excited about Tennessee football. And so it's that's one thing that Butch is, and everybody calls him a salesman. He absolutely is. It's very, very creative in the things that he does. He has great ideas on how to do things. But when it comes to game day, that's when everybody has a problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Peyton Manning came out with a statement a couple weeks ago saying that there's nobody that works harder than Butch Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that. I believe he studies football. I believe he does. But I think as hard as he studies football, the many charts that he has, I think he overanalyzes every single situation. Mm-hmm. And so instead of thinking at that moment, hey, what should we do right now, I think he goes to
Yeah,
Let
that's
me see
right.
what-
Yeah, let me see what I've got written down here. Instead of I just think everything is overanalyzed, and I think that's been one of the biggest problems at Tennessee.
Yeah, like you said, it's almost, and Jonathan's alluded to it before, it's like he doesn't have that instinct sometimes.
Yeah.
They're just, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, it's what the chart said.
Yeah, right. Yeah, two years ago against Florida, Tennessee's leading that game 27-14, or 26-14. Okay, so you're looking at that. Well, what's the chart say?
Yeah.
Well, the chart says at this point in the game, you kicked the PAT.
Yeah.
And so Tennessee kicked the PAT, made it 27-13 or 27-14. Well, guess what? Florida scores 2 touchdowns, and you lose 28-27. You know, at that point.
Chart said.
But he did what the chart said, and or maybe like sending Jarrett Garantano into a game and not letting him go under center because, well, he didn't practice that earlier in the day. Well, okay, so pictures emerged of him practicing under center. So I mean, what is it? Is it a stinginess? Is it hard-headedness? Like, hey, this is not what we do. We don't go under center. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know like how that decision comes to. Now, we do know that first and goal on the 1, a run play was called and Dormady checked out of it. But even still, why are you doing that out of the shotgun? Like, I know that's what the philosophy has been in a Butch Jones offense, but, break your philosophy for certain situations.
For 6 feet to get to
For
the
6
end zone.
feet. Like, have a chart for that. We've got to go, not even 6 feet, it's 6 inches.
Yeah.
We got to go 6 inches here. What are we going to do? Okay, let's line up in the shotgun because that's what we always. No. Go under center. Quarterback sneak.
Yeah. My dad hates the quarterback sneak. He would have loved to have saw a quarterback sneak on that play.
Yeah, and I don't know, other examples that bother me, the very first time we saw Josh Dobbs play, he balled out. And the game was out of hand. Remember Alabama. And Dobbs just comes in and then, like, he just adds this whole new dimension to this offense. And you're thinking, why are we playing Justin Worley?
Yeah.
No offense to Justin Worley, a Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school out of South Carolina. We all had high hopes for him, and he would have fit perfectly, you think, in a Jim Chaney offense. It would have looked great. But Jim Chaney wasn't the coach anymore. It was Butch Jones. And so Justin Worley wasn't really a guy. He was afraid to keep the football, didn't want to get hit, kind of like what Dormady appears to be right now.
He's not going to run it.
Yeah. And so it really hindered that offense. And so here comes Josh Dobbs. All of a sudden, the offensive line's not great. Well, guess what? You got a guy that can scramble and can help out that offensive line. And you're looking this year, you're thinking, well, this offensive line's not that great either. So why are we playing a quarterback that just will not keep the football and is never a threat to run? Because John Kelly is leading the SEC in rushing yards right now. Imagine how much more rushing yards he could have if you had a quarterback that would keep on that every now and then, keep on that zone read. Yeah,
and you look at the same thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I don't know how in the world you can come into the South Carolina game and not start Jarrett Garantano. You at least have to give him some quality reps because the time that he's had this season has really been garbage time, except for the important snaps he had against UMass. But at that point, the offense wasn't producing. It was completely out of rhythm. And so at that point, I felt like it was too late to provide a spark. I just think you have to start Garantano. You have to do it.
And another player that wasn't fully utilized during this Butch Jones era was Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
And we didn't know it. Because Jalen Hurd, for all that he was a pretty darn good running back.
Yeah,
he was on pace to be an all-time leading rusher, I believe.
Absolutely.
And now Alvin Kamara's playing for the Saints, scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
And just balling out.
Yeah.
And he stood on the sidelines taking second-team reps.
Yeah.
For 2-3 years.
Yeah, and then we find out, so Jalen Hurd's got these issues. The Georgia game last year, he fumbles, and then he doesn't want to go in anymore. And everybody's like, well, it's a concussion. Well, no, because he still had his helmet. If you have a concussion, they take your helmet away. So
what's going on with Jalen Hurd? Well, and then he leaves the team. So then okay, there were problems behind the scenes. So anyway, Jalen Hurd doesn't play against Texas A&M. So it's Alvin Kamara and John Kelly, and both of them play very, very well. And then you kind of figure out, like, okay, so why has Kamara been on the bench?
Yeah.
And why has John Kelly been on the bench? Let this guy play. He's really good. Instead of a guy like Jalen Hurd who acts like he doesn't want to go in. So that has been one of my biggest faults with the Butch Jones era, is that you got these players and you think that guy should be playing right now. And then when they finally do get their opportunity, they play very well. Another guy, Jalen Reeves-Maben, his freshman year, he's like, oh gosh, look at this guy on special teams. Like he made, it seemed like he made every single special teams tackle, and you're like, why is he not playing linebacker right now? Or like Darren Kirkland Jr. Why was Colton Jumper playing over that guy his freshman year? Well, he doesn't know the defense as well. Who cares? He's more athletic. Fly to the football.
Give him one read and tell him to go.
That's right.
And you had another player a few weeks, I forget who it was, but he left the team.
Yeah.
And you have people that are a lot more involved in the sports industry at Tennessee than me and you are saying, well, no wonder he left,
Yeah.
Why was he not there playing? Shaq Wiggins is another player that hasn't got a lot of
Why has he not gotten a lot of playing time? You see Justin Martin has had a really rough year this year. Really rough year. They said he had a great summer, but he's had a rough season so far. And then you're looking and you're like, okay, well, Shaq Wiggins is on the bench. This guy played for Georgia, and he was good enough to play for Georgia, and he was good enough to play for Louisville. So now, as like a fifth-year senior, he's not good enough to beat out Justin Martin. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't.
And so that's been one of my biggest issues with Butch, in that I don't see what goes on in practice. I don't care. But when you put these guys into the game and they play really, really well, then, hey, he's not doing the best job at evaluating talent. He's just not doing it.
What was surprising to me was when we were on the phone with Jesse, and he said if the Vols went out and play Alabama close, they still might get rid of him.
Yeah.
I think if they went out, which me and you both agreed they could, aside from Alabama.
Yeah.
I think they'll hang on to him. Not that I necessarily agree with it, but
I think it depends on what the narrative of the season is. If the negativity continues and you have these rumors and everything is flying out of practices and things like that, and people maybe say that Butch has been unfaithful to his wife, that's another rumor that went flying around. Like, okay, who knows? First off, just come on, guys, be better than that.
You're inching towards defamation. And
yeah, exactly. And so if that narrative continues and people try to keep starting these crazy rumors or have these negative stories, then I think Butch is done at 8-4. But if the narrative changes and you start getting 102, 455 again, and like
the trash can comes back.
No. As a matter of fact, if that trash can comes back, fire him on the spot. Get rid of him. That was terrible. And what's sad is I saw, like, okay, so Dormady throws a couple interceptions, and you look over and the camera pans over to the Georgia sideline, and they've got this really like awesome looking shoulder pads with spikes coming out of them, like the Road Warriors or whatever from the old WWF days. And you're like, that looks really cool. And we have the trash can.
which about sums it all up.
But anyway, so if Tennessee can come out and get some good wins, what if Tennessee comes out and just clubs South Carolina? Who knows? So if the narrative changes and it gets more positive, I think Butch can keep his job at 8-4. But if the narrative continues to, I didn't expect all this. I'll be honest. Like rumors of DUIs, and I don't expect Trey Smith get kicked in the face by Darrell Taylor. I didn't expect Nigel Warrior to black Shy Tuttle's eye. I thought Butch is back next year. He's coming back next year for sure. But then when all this comes out, then all of a sudden the fan base, the opinion of the fan base and the media, it starts changing. You're like, okay, so Butch is done. The writing's on the wall. Butch is done. Look at all this. And so we'll see. But I'm going to let it play out kind of guy, though.
If you're ever in a dark alley, you want Darren Taylor on your side. Cause that's a bad man. We got time for one phone call. Let's take it. Call, you're on the air.
Yeah, thank you.
What's going on?
All right. Has anybody thought about Les Miles, Gene Chiswick?
They have. Would you be okay with the Mad Hatter coming to Knoxville?
I wouldn't have no problem with any one of them coming.
Caller, you've been pretty adamant about Butch Jones not being good, the Vols not being good. Would you have already got rid of him by now?
I've already got rid of him.
You've already removed him from your heart and your mind. He's dead to you.
Let me turn this TV down here. But I think he's gone this year. I don't know if it'll be in the middle of the season or at the end of the year, but I see him going about 5-7.
All right, well, hey, let me call it our remaining game, so you tell me if we win or lose them, okay?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Alabama's a loss.
Okay.
Yep.
South Carolina.
Kentucky's a loss.
Kentucky's a loss.
So what about South Carolina?
South Carolina, that would be a close one. They'll probably get beat by 2 points.
All right, what about Missouri? We'll beat Missouri, right?
I don't see them winning the SEC game.
So you think we're done aside from Southern Miss?
Put a fork in him, he's done.
That's a 4-8 season.
Which
Tennessee has never had.
That would be a 4-8 season.
God, I hope you're not right, but you've been pretty on point so far this season.
But I think that's the way I see it. Put a fork in him, he's done. Go get a Les Miles or a Gene Chiswick or Jim Bob Cooter.
Hey, Jim Bob Cooter's doing big things. What about T. Martin?
Yeah, I know he is.
What do you think about T. Martin?
Huh?
What do you think about T. Martin?
I don't think that.
Don't like that? Do what?
I feel better with a Les Miles or a Gene Chiswick.
Oh, well, they're out there. They're available.
Yeah.
I know they are. I wish Chucky was too, but he ain't going to. He's making big bucks with ESPN.
He's making too much money to work 1 day a week.
Right.
That being said, he's our next coach.
I don't think so.
All right, man. Hey, we appreciate it.
If he don't, give Peyton Manning a couple $1 million. He'll be here. He'll come.
All right.
Not only like him. But anyway, y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Thank you.
Good night.
Oh, Peyton Manning, John Gruden, never going to be Tennessee's head coach.
Here's Peyton Manning, no. And the reason why.
100% Peyton Manning, no.
Peyton Manning will never be Tennessee's head football coach. And here's the reason why. Because he said this. He said the fans like him at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he knows as soon as he comes in and, if he starts losing some ball games, the fan opinion of him will change, and he doesn't want that. And so he's going to stay clear away from that. And I get it, because the Tennessee fan base is completely passionate. Now, here's something we've not talked about. I'll let people chew on this all week long. Maybe we can talk about it next week. The Haslams just sold Pilot to one of Warren Buffett's companies, right?
Mm-hmm. He bought 30%. Over time, it'll be 80% or something.
Yeah, so first off, that's more money in the Haslams' pockets. Good for them. The rich get richer.
Yeah.
But it also, you think, hey, maybe now that they don't have this huge corporation to look after, maybe they might be more willing to spend more time investing in a Tennessee program. What if you dropped $10 million to bring in a John Gruden? It would probably take that or more. And Gruden has said that he wants to return to coaching. Listen, it's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. But
says he hates recruits. Says he would hate recruiting. Would hate the 26 hours.
Yeah. Shoot, I don't think he would have to recruit, though. I think people would call him up.
He tap that Super Bowl ring.
That's it, man. Yeah.
But everybody wants to believe in Santa Claus.
That's true. Santa Claus is real.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. This has been the Friday Night Scoreboard brought to you by Mulch & More. Guys, give Gary a call, 865-740-5229. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Friday night. And see you. Gruden.
Rumors.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area. All types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well,
and if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Ladies, it's football time at Hammer Stores and time to show the colors of your favorite college team. Hurry to Hammers and get ready for the big weekend games, the tailgate parties, or game day Fridays at work. Choose from top labels sold in better specialty stores and upscale department stores. Put together a dressy two-piece outfit or go casual with a beautiful top and jeans. Shop Hammers and get set for kickoff now.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is a cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
The Harriman Utility Board provides electric, gas, water, and sewer services for the city of Harriman, as well as most of Roane and Morgan counties. Recent major projects include an upgrade of our 161 kilovolt electric substation. Another ongoing project is the rehabilitation of an antiquated sewer system, including an upgrade of our wastewater treatment plant. These projects will improve the quality and reliability of these services and meet state and federal requirements. For more information, visit our website at hub-tn.com or call us at 865-882-3242.
We are the Clinton High School Dragon Cheerleaders, hanging out at Oak Ridge Utility District, getting ready for the big game. Ready? Dragons are ready. Dragons are smooth. Dragons gonna take control and roll right over you. Dragons are ready. Dragons are smooth. Dragons gonna take control and roll right over you. Say what? Dragons are ready. Dragons are smooth. Dragons gonna take control and roll right over you. Tackle those dirty uniforms by purchasing a washer and dryer from ORUD. Natural gas dryers cost about half as much to operate as electric dryers, saving money this football season.
With natural gas log sets starting at $1.99, don't fumble during a power outage this year. Come down to ORUD and get your set of natural gas logs to keep your family warmed up and in the game.
ORUD makes it easy with 0% financing. When it's your turn to host a big game, they have all your appliance needs, from ranges to refrigerators, to make you the MVP of the season.
Teaming up with Oak Ridge Utility and Natural Gas will have you calling all the right plays this year. Don't wait to make the switch. Call today. So now the only question is, what time is it?
It's high school football time in Tennessee.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday night game of the week, brought to you by BBB. I'm Chase Clem, alongside my buddy David Queener. We're in the great city of Clinton tonight, David, aren't we?
We're here, buddy.
I was telling you before we got going, had a little mix-up. I was going circles around the high school trying to find the football field. Never been up here before.
Did you find it?
Nope.
Yeah, it can get a little confusing. You think if you're going to Clinton High School, you're going to the field, but we high school plays their games here at the city field. So, like I told you earlier, they just come over here and get off the bus, and get off, play the game, get back on the bus, and go back to the field house.
Got a couple things going on tonight. It looks like we got some neon numbers going on. That's bright orange.
That is bright orange.
And the viewers will see it later on during the game, but that is neon. And then you've also got the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A lot of pink cheerleaders, some tape, wristbands, gloves going on.
Big game night for Clinton. A game that, Clinton needs to try to win. I don't know whether they can or not, but a Fulton team that's coming in that's
4-1.
4-1. And as I talked to Coach McCamey and I talked to Coach Gaylor, the defensive guy, and then the head coach, they both said, they've played well enough defensively, just not well enough offensively. They've just had trouble. They just had trouble on the offensive side of the ball. For the last 4 or 5 years, Clinton here has played in sort of like shotgun, a lot of shotgun stuff, and it was more of a spread offense. And Coach McCamey said our offensive line just having trouble putting their hands in the ground and blocking. They've been used to taking a step back and blocking, just pass blocking mainly. And they've just not been able to master that yet. But defensively, they've played really good. Last week, 7-0s in the game all the way down at the end. But as he also told me, we'll take 2 good steps and we'll get a penalty and take 3 back. So I think that's just a sign that the program is headed in the right direction. And listen, they've been in just about every game except the Harris County game.
And, you can only ask defense to hold for so long before that wears down and eventually the game gets out of hand. You see that on Saturdays, on Fridays, on Sundays. The defense can only keep you in the game for so long.
But I guess the game that everybody probably would like for us to talk about a little bit would be last night's game, would be Greenback and Coalfield.
It was a packed house, game of the week, VLT, BBB. It was the place to be last night at Coalfield.
It was, and I think the hype was. The hype was there. It was right. The hype was there for the game. So I don't know. It's I can't figure the game out. I'm lost on. I've been asked 1,000 times today, what happened to the game? Well, first of all, I wasn't there, but I really don't know. So it's sort of weird what happened last night.
Now 27-7. That's when a lot of people turned the TVs off. I know I didn't get to watch a ton of it, but. Coming back in there, Packard and Austin Price, if you're still with us, because a lot of people turn the TV off when it's 27-7. And Greenback just clawed in. We talked about Coalfield had to play 4 quarters up until last night, and maybe that got maybe they weren't ready to play 4 quarters. And, you haven't had to all year. You've been probably starting to sub starters out early in the second half. And probably just something they might not have been as well conditioned for. A couple of mistakes, turnovers. There were some late sacks that just probably a perfect storm for the Greenback Cherokees.
And that's what it sounds like. And if nothing else, and I've told several people this today, I think until last year was the first time that Greenback had won the series, won the regular season, and also won the playoffs. They had never won the playoffs. Coalfield went to Greenback. I've been there when they've done that and won that game. So maybe it's a little wake-up call for Coalfield to wake up a little bit.
Better to lose one early than to get in the playoffs than to lose one.
Well, I'd rather not be in the first round of the playoffs and have this happen to me. You're right. I'd rather it happen now and us get it worked out. Whatever we got to work out, but just get it worked out.
So now Coalfield most likely will have to travel to Greenback, like you said, in the playoffs, and that surely will be another close game that could go either way.
And it could, and typically those games down at Greenback do go that way, or at Coalfield, either one. I don't think they're ever blowouts, but it's a hard place. Coalfield's a hard place to go play. Greenback's a hard place to go play. The fans at both places are just right on top of you, so you're packed in there. So it looked like a great atmosphere last night. Hate I couldn't get there, but I couldn't. But that was the that's the big game in the area for last night and tonight too.
Tell you what, though, collectively between the two teams, a lot of good football players. I saw good quarterback play from both teams, a great, good-looking running back from Greenback, and good receivers, great catches by the Coalfield Yellow Jackets. All around, a good display of quality football players.
And it was a good game last night. So I know Oak Ridge is off tonight. I think I know Anderson County's off tonight. What did you think about Anderson County last week? I mean,
boy, they just keep putting up numbers. That's all we see is numbers, putting up big scores, and defense. Defense, like we said, if you can get forgotten, they're not giving up a lot of points.
No, they're not. I don't know how many they gave up, but it's not been many. I can tell you that. I agree with that.
Tell you what, you got Kingston tonight hosting Scott County for homecoming. Scott County got them last year, didn't they?
I believe they did. Scott County was a much better team last year. It's a team that's sort of in a little rebuilding mode. So that's a game that Kingston should get probably.
Yes, bounce back. They're 6-1 on the year. Coach Banky's got them rolling, and they're in position to probably get a playoff game. I don't know about a home game. Other games tonight in the Roane County area. Oliver Springs has traveled to Sunbright. Sunbright looking for their, I believe, 4th win in a row on the season. They've really turned it on here lately. And Harriman travels to Midway to play. The Blue Devils struggle a little bit. Also games we've got Campbell County at Carnes. West travels to Powell. Elizabethton is going to Union County. Like we just mentioned, Oliver Springs travels to Sunbright looking to pick up their first win of the year. And Scott is playing Kingston is playing host to Scott County, their homecoming. I saw a picture of the field last night. Looked great. Got the checkerboard. The Kingston Parks and Rec do a great job getting that field ready. And Carter travels to Knox Central. So a lot of good football tonight. I know where Coach Webb is tonight. He's going to go watch that York at Wartburg game.
York at Wartburg game. Who's he got? He's got York versus he got Wartburg.
Wartburg.
Got Wartburg left.
Friday.
Got next Friday. Got that.
So him and Coach Davis, we're going to travel up there to the old Stomping Grounds and get a little scouting report tonight.
Yeah, it's a good time to have a week off right here to heal up a little bit and get ready for the, as you would say, the stretch run.
The back stretch. It's good to have that bye week. You don't want to have it week 2. You know, you want to have it about halfway through.
Clinton's was week 3. I thought it was awful early.
That isn't.
You know, they played 2 and then had 1 off. I mean, if I was going to have it, I'd want it to be like, if nothing else, week 5 or 6 or something like that. You know, a couple years ago, Clinton had like week 9 off, and
that's all about too late.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was just about too late to have it off then. So it's crazy.
Yeah, you want to get right around that midway point. By that time, you got a lot of banged up players. They need a week off to heal. They need a week off to rest. And sometimes they need a week off just not to do football. And just be.
Maybe that's what Tennessee needs.
I don't know what Tennessee needs.
I tried to tell y'all on Friday Night Scoreboard last Friday night. Y'all wouldn't listen to me. It's going to be 42 something. It just, I didn't know that something was going to be 0. I thought it might be 17, but Tennessee laid an egg, buddy.
Who would have ever thought? And I know they've harped on it all week, and they'll harp on it all next week, too. Who'd have thought we'd have threw up a goose egg at home with everything go? You had Checker Neal, and you had Brett Favre, Peyton Manning. You had it all and come out.
Well, they threw
flat.
one, didn't they?
Yeah. It's just bad. A lot of angry phone calls this week.
I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some angry phone calls, but I don't know. Tennessee program they're drilling right now. I think it's on a couple of wheels instead of 4 wheels. It's on a couple. They got a couple wheels off.
They do, and a lot of fans jumping ship already. And you hear people say, "Well, if they can beat South Carolina, we can right the ship, and that'll calm people down." I don't think it will. I think a lot of people are over it, and.
Well, I think if you look at what I called in and told y'all 2 or 3 weeks ago, I give y'all some winning percentages from Butch Jones when he was at Central Michigan, when he was at Cincinnati, and now that he's at UT. You're going to get 8 to 9 wins a year from him. That's it. That's what he's on par for right now is 8 wins again and possibly another bowl game against a weak Big Ten team possibly to win his 9th ball game. Is people going to be happy with 9-3? But listen, I don't think it's 9-3. I think it's 6-6 at best.
It's a shame, you talk yourself into a 9-3 before the season starts, and you temper that down to about 8-4. And like you said, now you look at it and you think, man, we might win one more game the rest of the season.
Well, it could be possible. You never know.
I mean, as bad as it's going, you could beat Southern Miss. Is it Southern Miss?
Southern Miss, yeah.
And then you could potentially lose the rest of them.
You potentially could, because Kentucky's a whole lot better. Vanderbilt's a whole lot better. LSU's a toss-up game right now, but you look for them to be better. Alabama.
Mm-hmm. And Missouri. Missouri might be that
Missouri's
other.
a win. So there's a couple wins there. They need to knock somebody off. They're going to need to win a couple to have it pretty respectable.
And it's bad when we've gotten to a point where we're talking about splitting between Kentucky and Vanderbilt. We might split that.
And if you look at Coach Jones' overall record against Vanderbilt, it's not that good. I think Brad wants us to take a break, man.
Let's pay some bills.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is a cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
In today's world, you don't stay in business long without providing exceptional customer service. The Duff family has been providing exceptional customer service for over 44 years. Our customers rate us highly, as shown by the fact we're the only dealer in Tennessee to have earned the Subaru Stellar Care Award for customer satisfaction 6 years in a row. Check our online reviews or ask your friends. They'll tell you to come to Earl Duff Subaru, where buying is a pleasure.
Choose 0% APR financing on all new 2017 Outback models for up to 63 months during the model year-end sale at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
If you didn't buy your rugs at Hammers, you paid too much.
Hammers buyers search the South's rug markets every month for special deals on area and room size rugs, like these in traditional, oriental, and contemporary design. Choose from high quality heat set rugs, olefins or wool. Plus, there's always a special selection of kitchen and bathroom rugs for $288. Remember,
Don't pay too much. Buy your rugs at Hammers.
We put a lot of love into our award-winning ribs to ensure you'll love them too. Calhoun's, over 30 years of love and ribs.
Mulch & More in Midtown is your landscaping headquarters. Mulch & More offers mulch, the best topsoil in the area, all types of gravel, sand, pea gravel, either loose or in bags, creek rock, river rock, field stone, mountain mist stone, railroad cross ties, straw bales, fence posts, farm gates, and much more. Mulch & More offers backhoe and dump truck service. And Mulch & More can also demolish a house or building on your property, and they'll haul it off for you. Give Gary a call today at 865-740-5229 for Mulch & More in Midtown.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower, featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. In jail? Need bail? Just chill and call Hill. That's right, Hill Bonding Company is a locally owned Johnny-on-the-spot company for bonding people out of jail. The number you need to remember is 245-4545. That's right, 245-4545. Hill Bonding Company is locally owned, also covering Morgan and Loudoun counties. 245-4545. Jail ain't no big deal. Just chill and call Hill. 245-4545.
The Harriman Utility Board provides electric, gas, water, and sewer services for the city of Harriman, as well as most of Roane and Morgan counties. Recent major projects include an upgrade of our 161 kilovolt electric substation. Another ongoing project is the rehabilitation of an antiquated sewer system, including an upgrade of our wastewater treatment plant. These projects will improve the quality and reliability of these services and meet state and federal requirements. For more information, visit our website at hub-tn.com or call us at 865-882-3242.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Clinton City Fields. I'm Chase Clem alongside David Queener. We're here at the Friday night BBB game of the week between the Clinton Dragons and the Fulton Falcons. David, hopefully somebody don't know something we don't know. A lot of people need to start rolling in here, don't they?
Yeah, we need them to roll in here, yeah. It's a sparse crowd. Not very many people. We're about, 6-7 minutes away from kickoff?
Mm-hmm. Here come the Falcons out of the tunnel. A good national anthem played by the Clinton High School Marching Band.
Yeah, we'll get a crowd in here before it's all said and done. There's quite a few people standing on the fence on this home side anyway.
Tell you something interesting I learned on the way in here. The Clinton Middle School are not the Dragons, correct?
No, they're the Hawks.
They're the Hawks.
Right.
You got the history behind that?
It's always, back in the day when I went to the middle school, it was the Rebels. And then the Rebels got changed when they went to 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders went to the high school, they changed them to the Hawks. They just in the last couple of years, maybe the last 3 years, changed their colors.
Mm-hmm.
Their colors are no longer, I think it was a blue and a gray, I think. It's no longer blue and gray. Now it's black and orange and some blue in it. They pretty much have tried to get it as the same as the high school. When Coach McCamey came this year, he brought a middle school coach with him from Grace to be the head coach at the middle school. Mm-hmm. So they could try to get the program on the same, have the middle and the high school program mirroring each other a little bit.
You know, that's what you want. You see a lot of these middle school teams that are successful, but the main purpose of your middle school is to almost be a feeder program, get them ready, and that's why I think you see some of these really good programs, they run exactly what their high school runs. That way when they step in day one as a freshman, it doesn't take 2 months to learn plays and to learn cadences and calls and signals.
And you try to run the same offense as close as you can get. You try to run the same defense. I know in middle school you have to tweak it a little bit, and that's all. It's all about feeding the high school, and that's what you want. So, but that's the background of the program. So, at one point the middle school was 7th through 9th, and now it's 6th through 8th. Mm-hmm. So that's where some changes went through.
Tell you one big improvement I've seen in Clinton High School football was when I was looking for the field was that indoor practice facility.
It's nice, isn't it?
Now, is that a football facility? Is it a gym, locker room, everything?
It's
a coach's office.
There's some coach's office in there, and there's some other things in there, but it's a multi-purpose use facility. It's going to be used for not only football. It's going to be used for volleyball. It's going to be used for softball, baseball. It's just indoor use facility for all those things. And I'm not, if he's mistaken, they might even go put some basketball goals in there maybe.
Is there a 40-yard?
I forgot what. There's some turf. It's turf on the inside. I think there is a team room in there, and there's probably a weight room in there, but I'm not 100% sure. About a $1.3 million project that was all fun. All of the funds were raised and in donations and stuff. So it's a pretty good facility. One thing about the middle school played for the middle school championship last night between them and Norris Senators, which is a feeder to Anderson County. So those two programs are pretty good.
And I'm sure some of those get intermingled, those middle schools. I'm sure they get when they go to high school. Here come the Dragons as they get to the 50-yard line and have a little pregame pep talk before they bust through the sign.
And they had the coin toss, and I don't have a clue who won it. We didn't even see it. We was too busy talking. I saw him walk out. Do we know who won it? Brad's trying to think.
I saw the funnel cake down here on the row below me, and my mind went blank.
I heard that. Well, one of the guys on the camera ate some funnel cake before. He said it was pretty good. So I think they're preparing, selling stuff for homecoming in a couple weeks or whenever it is, and they're trying to get ready for homecoming.
Tell you what, back to the Vols for a minute. I don't know if you know what VolQuest is. It's the Vol rivals and the message boards. And I was trying to go to sleep last night. I said, I'll look at it one more time. And somebody posted something, wait till the war room, wait till the, So I was up to 12:30 waiting on nothing, to be decided on.
Well, let's see here. Looks like Fulton's going to kick off.
Clinton will be receiving. Still don't know who won the toss.
No, we don't. We just know Fulton's going to kick off, so we'll just assume that Clinton won the toss.
Back deep for the Dragons is number 3, Anthony Shervington, and number 8, Isaiah Washington.
Anthony Shervington, deep to receive for the Dragons.
On the kick for the Fulton Falcons is number 22, Jayshawn Fenderson. As we get underway over here.
Baltimore kickoff, bud.
Well, Baltimore. I drive by it once or twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, and they've got things rolling down there on Rome State Highway. Kick's going to be received at the 10-yard line. Clinton looking to get some good field position. Looks like he slipped.
Shervington on the return.
Shervington returns it about to the 23-yard line.
Not bad field, not bad field position.
Well, like we were saying earlier, for the Clinton Dragons, if they're going to want to be in this game, they're going to need to strike early, strike often.
Yeah, Clinton's going to have, like we said, Clinton's had trouble scoring. They need to score. They're going to have to score some points tonight to be in this ball game.
Quarterback Luke Harrison, number 5 for the Dragons. You see a lot of this. We saw this a few weeks ago at Anderson County. Everybody looks off to the sidelines to get the signal in. It changes 2 or 3 times. Gain of a couple. Isaiah Washington on the carry for a couple of yards to bring up 2nd down.
It looked like Clinton lined up in a pair eye, but most time at Grace, I thought McCamey sort of run a version of the wing T, so he must have. Looks like he might have changed up just a little bit.
He was deep. Normally you'll see a fullback in that wing. Running back looked rather deep.
And maybe they've changed up a little bit. Nah, is that the wing back? Yeah, that looks like it right there. It's a little bit different. It's not really out of the prayer eye.
Harrison takes the snap, a little trap play to the fullback, and picks up a few yards.
Cameron Washington on the carry. Jacquez Booker on the stop.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Manageable. Me and Ron Berry always talk 3rd down. You're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. It's unreal. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, real manageable. Something that you ought to be able to get.
Don't necessarily have to pass on a play like this, but it's not a bad option.
Yeah.
Falcons look.
What in the world?
Or you can run the old John Webb freeze play and get them to jump off sides.
Ron Berry talks about that play so much. I mean, come on. He can call. Hey, listen, he can call when it's going to. He can call when it's going to
Oh,
happen.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can call when it's going to happen.
That'll be your first down for the Clinton Dragons. That's one way to get it.
That's one way to get it, isn't it? That's one way to move the chains.
Yeah, the freeze play is a patented John Webb. It's almost like death and taxes. It's a guarantee.
I like when Barry calls it. I get on him. I can't believe that Webb has run that offense so long. For you to know the plays, that's ridiculous.
That bring up a Hammers first down. Yeah, anytime you think, they ought to punt right here, or they ought to freeze play. Harrison back under center. They'll give it to the fullback. He's out for a good gain. He's still on his feet. I think his feet are off the ground. I think they were carrying him.
He might have a first down. Another first down. Another Hammers first down.
They're going to spot the ball a little bit back, but he still picks up the first down.
Listen, you're in the back door, Hammers, buddy. Hammers is right here in Clinton.
I could smell the Hammers on the way in here. I couldn't see it, but I could feel it. I was in it. It was near me.
It's right here.
First and 10 for the Dragons at the 45. Well, Dave, they ran just straight power right here for to start the game off with.
Yeah, picked a couple, had a couple good gains there. We've not seen them put the ball in the air yet, though.
That might be the game plan tonight. Run clock. Even if you don't score, run it, get the ball down deep, punt it, field goal.
Well, you need some long drives. Clinton's got a fairly good field goal kicker. You need some drives. You need to eat some clock up. That's how you beat a good team. You know how you do that? Keep them off the field.
Mm-hmm.
Keep their offense standing over on the sideline.
Twins to the home side of the ball field for the Dragons. Harrison signals in the call to his lineman. And they'll throw it opposite field.
He's got a
big gain, about 7.
First down. Almost got a first down.
Just looking at the Dragons week in, week out on the Friday night scoreboard show, seems to struggle at times. But like you said, like you said before, they're in every game to a certain extent. I think the offense is showing that right now.
And the offense is right now not playing bad. Get another first down here is what they need. Look at the time. It's already
rolling
off
4
the clock.
minutes.
Yes. Ooh, man, he's going to be close.
He's going to be close. He's going to need a hometown spot.
And I think he got it. I think he got the hometown spot, just to be honest with you. From here, anyway. They're going to measure, but I believe it's first down.
First down, Dragons.
That'll be a Hammers 1st and 10 as the Dragons continue to move the ball, continue to eat up clock on their first drive of this ball game.
And that's what you want. Eat it up.
Harrison gets the signal in. Looked like a little inside trap and went nowhere. Backwards.
There's a flag. It might be against Fulton, too.
I'm going to say it's on number 7 because he had his hands up. That's the universal sign for, I didn't do it, but I really did do it. Tell you one thing, these offensive linemen changing plays 2 or 3 times before the play, they've got to be conditioned.
Yes, they do.
And that's got to tire you out quick.
Well, what do we have?
Nothing like a double flag to offset everything.
I've never understood why they do that. I mean, what? I've never understood that. I guess I'm not supposed to neither.
Now, if you get 2 unsportsmanlike and an ejection,
you might be ejected.
We saw an ejection last Saturday. Darren Taylor, the Tennessee Vols, he's got to miss the first half of the South Carolina game.
Yep. Sure did.
And rumor is he got in another fight at practice the other day.
Wow.
Takes a snap. Thought we might see a reverse.
Ooh, they chased him down from behind. Man, he lost another, 2 or 3?
That was Murphy at quarterback, I believe, and Harrison was coming around to fake the reverse. They're probably setting something up for later on in the evening. That could go 2 or 3 different ways. You could reverse it. You could reverse pass it.
Yeah, what, 3rd and about 15? It's not.
This is that 3rd and long that you and Mary talk about.
That you don't want to have right here. Look at the clock. Look how much time's run off the clock.
Even like Lowe said, even if you come out of this series in a punt, you've done 6.5 minutes of Fulton not having the football.
And you probably have flipped the field, and you probably should pin them fairly deep. I would think, uh-oh, here's another penalty.
Flag on the play.
Delay game. I believe this is going to.
Illegal substitution to call against the Dragons.
This is going to be third and
20.
real long. 3rd and draw to punt.
You know, with Fulton's speed, I don't know that I might not quick kick it right here and pin them.
Pin them back deep.
If you want to try, if you're pulling all the rabbits out of the hat tonight, this would be a good time to do that. They're not lined up for that, though, but I don't know that I wouldn't do it.
Well, play action rolls out to the right. Harrison looking for an open receiver. Throws it away.
Well, I thought he had the underneath receiver wide open. I thought he had the one streaking down the sideline wide open. But it's hard to roll and throw the ball, though.
That'll bring on the punt team for the Clinton Dragons. With right at 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
4th down for the Dragons.
Number 43, Garrett Zodi on to punt for the Dragons.
And I would think they've accomplished a little bit right here just in the first quarter. Have to feel like they've sort of got a small victory, even though they didn't put any points, but it's a small victory.
Up back signals ready. Zodi gets the punt, gets it off. Not a lot of hang time.
That's not good.
And a flag. I think that's going to tack on some extra yardage after the play.
Is that a block in the back?
I don't know if it was blocking the back. It looked like it came after the tackle. A short punt, not a lot of hang time. Didn't give the Dragons a lot of time to cover. It looked like are they flagging the tackle? That he went low?
Blocking
No,
the back.
blocking the back.
Blocking the back.
Man, I didn't see the blocking back. I just thought that might be what it was. But where's the blocking the back at? Right there. There's the blocking the back.
As he's going.
Just out of our camera range, but you see the guy come flying in. Yeah. He ended up pushing him in to help make the tackle.
And what looked like good field position for the Falcons has turned into pinning them back right almost at the 25-yard line. They're going to run trips out to the wide side of the field. They're going to spread them out, and they're going to get 5 of that back here pretty quick.
Clinton jumped off sides. Wow. And see, that's what me and Coach McCamey talked pregame before the game. We talked. They do some really good things. They run some time off the clock to keep the ball away from Fulton. What they do, come out first offensive series with Fulton, they jump off sides. That's a mistake they're trying to correct. And if you don't correct those, those mistakes will cost you ball games.
Xavier Malone in the shotgun for the Falcons with the high snap. He hands it right off the middle. One tackle missed.
Wow.
Gonna run.
What, 20-some yards on a carry?
For Deshaun Page. One tackle, his first tackle bounced right off of him, and he keeps his feet moving. It's this stiff-armed another, brings up a Hammers 1st and 10 for the Falcons. The Falcons look to strike quickly and get some points up on the board here. They will make up for some of that lost time. Malone drops deep. He's got a man open, and he dropped it.
Well, it's a pretty ball right there.
Pretty pass. Drop number 11, Robquez Thomas. Might have been 2 open.
Might have been. And, this Fulton team's a tested team. They've played Maryville this year, even though they lost, but they play them, it seems like, about every year. And they've been tested. They've had a little competition this year.
Malone receives the snap. Little screen pass to number 3, Joey Smith. He'll be tackled for maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 10, maybe 9.
Andrew Schumann on the stop. 3rd down.
9 looks about right.
Big 3rd down for the Dragons right here. Could get the ball back. If you're Fulton and you gain 4 to 5 yards here, are you in 4 down territory?
I think you are.
Even this early in the game?
I think so. As explosive as they are, I think they would like to do that. I think it's be right up their alley.
Malone gets the snap for 3 to the wide side of the field. Dumps it off.
He's depends on where they threw him out of bounds at. I can't see the official.
That was number 2, Corian Davis, on the reception. Looked like he gained about 3 or 4 yards. And if you're Fulton,
I think you go for it.
You got to have the confidence enough just to go for it again, I think. And I mean, if you turn it over,
that looks like that's what they're going to do.
The Falcons with 3 wide to the wide side of the field. Malone drops back to pass, throws it deep, and he's got a man wide open. That's caught. It's going to be a touchdown.
Pass complete to number 3,
Joey Smith on the touchdown reception on a bomb from Malone on 4th down.
Wow. Another pretty pass.
See the Clinton defender.
Sort of trips, slips a little bit.
He got by him. And just like that, 6-0 for the Falcons as they bring on number 22, Jashawn Fenderson for the point after.
Fenderson on to attempt the point after.
Clinton held the ball for 6 minutes. Fulton had it for 1:52, and they scored.
That reminds me of some of those old Rockwood Harriman games where Rockwood just eats the clock up, scores a touchdown, and then Harriman gets the ball back, runs kickoff.
Yeah.
And we will be right back to BBB Friday night game.
It's time to look closer to home and energize America with fuel made in America. Natural gas is the cleaner, safer, more efficient, and more affordable energy choice. ORUD is your family's comfort provider. Natural gas is the responsible choice for your family, your wallet, and the environment. Gas is a great value, but it is also the best way to cook, heat your water, and warm your home. If you want the best for less, switch your house to natural gas.
And we're back to Clinton City Field, home of the Clinton Dragons. Falcons, like you said, David, strike early as soon as they got the ball.
Yeah, it struck pretty quick, a minute and 52 there. A nice long pass, about a 40-some yard pass. Receiver was wide open. Let's see if Clinton can muster something up here. They need to muster something up here. Got to answer this with something. I don't know what, but you got to answer it with something.
Solid kick by Fulton. Be received at the 5-yard line. Makes one miss out to the 25. He's out to the 30, out to the 35. Boy, he about had it.
Oh, he about did. Good field position. Again.
Good field position for the Clinton Dragons. That'll bring up a Hammers 1st and 10 for the Clinton Dragons. What time does Hammers close? I'm going to have to make a trip over there after the game.
You know, I'm not sure. They'll be closed probably. They'll be open early. Hey, they got a big sale going on this week, I think. They got a big, 75th anniversary sale that's going on, man.
Incredible.
Yeah, have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, you need to go. They've got a look. Hey, you ain't been to Clinton?
What a time to be alive.
You need to go to Hammers, baby. If you've not been to Hammers, you've not been to Clinton. Even though you've been here, you need to go to Hammers.
I'm about to make it to the field tonight.
I heard that.
Harrison under center with a fullback dive. Stopped for no gain by a host of Falcons led by number 7. Jacquez Booker on the tackle. Bring up 2nd and 10 on the 37-yard line. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're going to have to go to Hammers now. That's all there is to it.
Just a one-stop shop.
You can get a little bit of everything at Hammers Bay. A little bit of everything.
I would be culturally enlightened. Harrison receives the signal in from the sidelines. They're trying to get it off quick before they get a delayed game. Dive to the right. He sees the hole. Then Clinton got away with a hold right there. That's okay, though.
Close to a first down.
Going to bring up 3rd and short. Maybe 3rd and 2.
Joey Smith on the tackle for the Falcons.
Smith on the tackle for the Fulton Falcons. You're not really saying anything too fancy for the Dragons.
They give him first down on that. No, so far Clinton's just been running right at him, either straight out of the pair eye, but it's not the pair eye, and that little wingback trap play that they run. Tried to throw it one time and incomplete, threw it away.
You know, a lot of teams, even in high school and college, have gotten away from just smash mouth football lineup and see who's better. A little scissor trap play for the Dragons.
There's flag. There's flag. Number 74. Fulton.
Fulton?
I think so. He pushed somebody at the end there. That's what it looked like to me. Let's see.
Probably just asking about his day. You know, he didn't like it. He didn't appreciate it.
Personal foul against the Falcons.
Nothing offset in that time.
Another first down.
Hammers 75-year anniversary first down.
See it right here? Boom. There's the push.
Yeah.
Clean push.
There it came. What we call it? Mustard on the lettuce?
Mustard on the lettuce.
2 times.
2 times. Times 2.
We're giving deals out. Man in motion for Clinton.
He went the wrong way.
He might have.
He's going to back it up 5 for the Dragons with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
Falls back to what I just said if that's the case. Let's see. False start, yeah. 15 yards, 5 of it back. Shoot yourself in the foot. You know, me and Barry talk a lot about this. It's hard to get winning in your system.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves to win, but when you've been used to losing for so long, it's hard to start winning again. You just don't think you can win. You're used to things like this. You got to get out of this.
You've almost got to have a complete change of culture. You know, and I think you're seeing that here with some of the facilities being built and some of the improvements that you see to be done here in the community. And sometimes it takes an entire community, not just a football team.
Good move right there. Good run. Got some of that 5 yards back. Not all of it. We got a little bit of it back. And you're right. It's hard to get that mentality to win. Get that mentality not to make those mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, you start playing a little bit better football then.
Yeah, for some, it's hard to get rid of that here we go again attitude when things get tough. Instead of, you know, rising to the challenge and eventually defeating it. Dragons in the power eye. Harrison gets in the signal. A lot of straight dive for the Dragons. Bring up 3rd and 12 with under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. That clock's running though, David.
Well, yeah, time of possession's on Clinton's side, and for the game to only be 7-0, and Fulton only have 1 possession.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Clinton staff has to feel they're not happy that they're behind 7. They have to feel, you're right, pretty good.
Man in motion for the Dragons. Didn't like what they saw. They're going to change it up. That was McCamey in motion, number 24. Got a man.
I don't think the receiver ever saw the ball.
He was calling for it, though.
Yeah, he was, but he never seen it. Not a bad pass. It was just a little bit underthrown.
I bring up fourth down for the Dragons and the punt team, number 43 for the Dragons. Trent Garrett Zodi on the punt.
I boot this thing out back of the end zone. I don't give Fulton a chance to return. We almost seen a breakaway there the last time. So I don't give Fulton a chance to return the ball here. None whatsoever. Period. None. Kick it out. Kick it out at the corner. Kick it somewhere. Kick it out of bounds.
Kick the sky high. They're going to have plenty of time to cover it.
Oh, it takes a Fulton bounce. Jesus. Takes a Fulton bounce. Wow. But, you know, Clinton's picked up 3 or 4 Hammers first downs and burned up almost
the whole first quarter.
Whole first quarter is 7-0 with 52.6 seconds left. So, that's not really a win, but it is a win in their book a little bit. See if they can hold them here.
It could be a lot worse off at the end.
As fast as Fulton scored last time, they've got plenty of time.
That's true. Joey Smith and Corian Davis split out wide for the Falcons. As they take the snap, they throw another long bomb downfield with a man open, and it's going to be caught all the way down to the 30-yard line of Clinton. What a catch. That was number 9, Dorian Williamson. Malone with a bomb. He throws that from the 20 and underthrew him.
Wow.
Underthrew him just here. What a great catch by number 9, Dorian Williamson. That's going to bring up a long Hammers 1st and 10 for the Falcons with 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Fulton wasting no time getting back to the line, getting the play in. Malone gets everyone settled, hands it off right off the middle for a gain of 3. And depending on how quick they want to get to the line, that could do it for the first quarter. A couple seconds difference on the play clock.
Yeah, about a 3-second delay here. I mean, difference. They're going to get one off, it looks like.
Malone's going to give the number 6. That's Sean Page.
You know, I don't know that they can run against Clinton. They're not having very good luck. They can throw the ball against him. We got another flag on the play.
A lot of laundry on the field.
No flag.
There is no flag on the play.
Clinton Dragons ain't glad they waved that off. And that's going to do it for the first quarter at the end of one on the BBB Friday night game of the week. Your Fulton Falcons lead your Clinton Dragons 7-0. We'll be right back.
In today's world, you don't stay in business long without providing exceptional customer service. The Duff family has been providing exceptional customer service for over 44 years. Our customers rate us highly, as shown by the fact we're the only dealer in Tennessee to have earned the Subaru Stellar Care Award for customer satisfaction 6 years in a row. Check our online reviews or ask your friends. They'll tell you to come to Earl Duff Subaru, where buying is a pleasure.
Choose 0% APR financing on all new 2017 Outback models for up to 63 months during the model year-end sale at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
If you didn't buy your rugs at Hammers, you paid too much.
Hammers buyers search the South rug markets every month for special deals on area and room size rugs, like these in traditional, oriental, and contemporary design. Choose from high quality heat set rugs, olefins or wool. Plus, there's always a special selection of kitchen and bathroom rugs for $288. Remember,
Don't pay too much. Buy your rugs at Hammers.
And we've just witnessed money being made, $1,000 of field goal from the 20-yard line. Is that how far it was from?
Wow, what a kick. That was right down the middle.
I guarantee they did not envision that going that way.
They did not envision that going that way. You're right. I agree with you.
There was some insurance spot on that. They're going to get that back. That's not how those things work.
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we just witnessed a fan, I'm assuming.
He's a middle school coach.
Middle school coach.
Yeah.
Booted
Got drawn tonight.
Boots a 20-yard field goal to win $1,000. Back to play to start the second quarter. Malone rolls right off the hands of number 7. Almost intercepted. That was an attempted pass for Jaquez Booker. Boy, a couple weeks ago when we were at Anderson County, that clock stopped about every play because it was a pass.
Pass. Makes the game long, too, bud.
Mm-hmm. Brings up 4th down for the Falcons.
Going to go for it again.
I would venture the Falcons to punt a lot in any situation against
Probably.
anybody.